Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Radiant team pick.
The undying wait.
Dire team pick.
Puck!
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Void incarnate.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Mirana. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Praise King!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Riki.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Oracle.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes.
Next panel. An Oxwell, you in here? No, he's not. Wow.
Hear us in Dota TV.
True
Hi,
enough.
Nox. Hi, Dota TV. Dota TV.
I know.
Hey guys, Gabe and I are just chilling.
Hanging out, having a good time. I was. Did you see the message that I sent? I was asking about the Ricky versus Wraith King matchup because I feel like that's something that's happened a lot the past couple days, but apparently it's actually not been as often. But 7 games so far in the DPC.
I think Ricky seems like a very NA meta pick.
Yeah.
Not so much. I haven't seen as much in other regions, at least.
I saw it in Europe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is sort of, you know, it's just NA East.
Prepare for battle.
All right.
No hells, no guidance. Only this.
Thank you so much, panel, and welcome back, everybody. We are here taking a look at our second series of the day in the NADPC Division 1. Man, gods, we've seen ourselves a little bit of a, I think it's becoming a bit of a familiar story in North America. This Ricky is just kind of becoming a bit of a menace. What do you think?
I like the hero. He's fun. And a lot more versatile, you know? He farms now. He's got a Battle Fury build. Ricky's problem has always been his ability to kind of actually farm and accelerate and keep up with other carries, but players have figured a way around it, and it always comes down to building Battle Fury.
That's the answer. That's the thing that you need to do. Yeah, and I think that this is going to be an interesting game to watch for, I think, both of these teams. This to me feels like it's a battle of two teams that are wanting to obviously make their impact felt in the DPC, in the upper division, but also want to make sure that they're not knocked out. And you really want to be winning these games since it's just the best of threes. You know that they're coming in with maybe a little bit less experience, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be totally honest about this matchup is these two teams are probably middle of the pack teams in the upper division, or maybe even middle to lower. So these matchups can be the difference between potentially being relegated for season 2 or not. So a very important match for these teams. It's cool because every match matters so much. Even when it's a team that can't make it to the major, obviously we're in week 1, these teams still can make the major. The matches still matter because they affect whether or not you stay in the upper division.
Absolutely. That's something to watch for sure. But we already have ourselves a little bit of a tri lane getting set up top. Maybe just trying to secure themselves an early first blood with Flea and Jubei hanging out. But Jubei spots Shu, realizes, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think it's the let's try get first blood before I TP down bottom, but no opening presenting itself. And whoa, an early Courier snipe up top. Shu just doing Undying things, you know. I feel like I expected Nature's Prophet in general just to be a better matchup against Undying, but we saw in the last series, you know, it doesn't always go as well as you'd hope, and we're even seeing it a little bit here. This Undying's doing a good job of securing Wraith King's lane. Yeah,
not what you would normally expect. I mean, it just feels like this hero is so good across the board that you maybe need to come up with different solutions entirely, and maybe that solution is just ban it, get rid of the freaking thing, because it's really hard to deal with. But he forces back the Nature's Prophet, summons a couple more Treant, well on their way. As Flea is going to try and keep them pressured back a little bit. Should take a look at mid a little bit. You know, Jenkins was talking up RRL a heck of a lot, doing like this is a really good Void Spirit player, and going up against one of the best mids in North America pretty consistently, Ryoya on this puck.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Ryoya does. He was absolutely fantastic in 2020. He was standing in for EG during some of the online tournaments, looked really good, and then he won an online tournament, Dota Summit 13, with the Envy team there. So he's been you know, he's been a hyped up, talked about player for a long time, and I feel like he never lived up to his potential, but it really feels like he's last year was kind of like a breakout for him in some ways.
Right, and I think that a lot of people were sort of curious, okay, he's ending up on this black and yellow team. He's kind of that, I mean, all these guys to some extent are kind of veterans. They've been around the block more than a few times, but he's the one that's played on some of those tier 1 organizations, and kind of, you know, becoming maybe a little bit of a leader for them as well. So we'll see how he ends up doing. And RRL, of course, on his comfort hero, the Void Spirit, so far doing pretty freaking well against the puck.
Radiant's
It's a good way to start off, you know, playing your very first DPC match. This is an inexperienced team. None of these players have, you know, played at DPC events before, anything like that. So just going for comfort heroes. Good way to kind of, you know, maybe fix any of those jitters.
True enough. You can see a couple contentions going on for the pulls there. Akester wants to make sure Jubei doesn't get away with anything for free, and able to force him back for the moment. Do have to be careful. That Oracle has a ton of burst damage if he gets into range for just Fortune's End, Purifying Flame combos. But at least for now, it's a good job there to contest the pull, and gonna come on back to make sure it happens again. Nice.
Absolute pest. We'll see those nukes start coming out. He's got a Mango and Stick Charger, so a lot of mana for Jubei to threaten a kill here.
Oh, well, he's salving up, but he also has that envenomed weapon on him, so it's way less regen than Akester would normally be getting out of it. Still gets back up to full though afterwards. That thing, it always is a pain in the butt when you got it on you in a Tango running. It's like a little bit less regen you gain otherwise.
Yeah, I always forget about that passive, the regen reduction.
Yeah,
it's really annoying. And we'll see Jubei. This time he'll get the pull off, although there's only 2 little Vuls being pulled over. 4-minute runes coming up. Ryoya and RL fighting over them. Ryoya knows he can't really go to the same place as the Void Spirit because Void Spirit has the disable, and luckily it will spawn top.
Yeah. So that gives him a little bit of a benefit there. Void Spirit might have to have one of his teammates TP into mid or something to get him a bottle refill, possibly, depending on how this all goes.
The good news is, you know, he's full health, full mana, so he didn't need it to stay in the lane.
Down bottom.
Of course, is annoying.
Lots of damage onto Jubei, able to find a first blood there. Monster makes the kill happen, gets the courier afterwards, and now the M-Sun as well, gonna get chased down a little bit by a creep wave over here. This is dangerous for the Riki. He's got to try and get away. I think he might just be dead. Chase down.
The TP in with the creeps dying might be enough, but he gets the arrow.
Good play, but there's the stick charges coming out, and now they've baited them in. More damage coming as Ryoya makes the rotation out of nowhere. He gets a double kill. How the hell did you get here?
That's a level 5 puck. You know, that's not even a puck with Dream Coil. He hit 6 off of the kills, but he just TP'd in, trusting in his teammate to get the perfect bait there, and it will be a get kill over in the top lane as the Undying goes down, but what a play from Yo-Yo.
Yeah, nicely done. And now trying to find themselves an opening here onto Lies. Won't be able to connect, so the Nature's Prophet TP will not translate into any kills. We'll see what the result is now for 5-man Midas, how they're going to try and play this. It's still not like a huge detrimental net worth lead, but that rotation was really big. Now both mids getting their 6.
I think they were just, when the arrow kind of baited them in, they weren't going to go for that kill until he hit a fantastic arrow, and unfortunately, you know, there was like 17 one charges, I want to say, on Ricky, so he healed up, and the creeps were dying, so the tower was going to start hitting them. They should have just backed off, but
Dire's
good TP from Puck, and that'll stabilize this laning stage a bit for Black and Yellow.
True. So again, 3-1, and again down bottom, Monster is getting aggressive onto this Ricky, not giving him a moment's of rest. So even though he did end up dying earlier, Monster's still feeling like he's the big man in town, and it's hard to argue.
Ricky will hit 6 soon, which will make this a lot easier for him as far as being able to just go invis to run away, and Monster's gonna be careful, he's very low here.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. Trouble, arrow gonna be off the mark, trying to soak up whatever damage he can. They can't connect, so they will lose Monster. Shu dies up top. In the meantime, they did get some good damage into that bottom tier 1 tower as they still chase down Flea and try and kill him off behind the tower. RRL secures that one, and now so getting aggro, they are bringing in their own catapult destruction, and well, they do manage to get the deny on the tower as the Void Spirit takes a lot of damage from the ulti coming in as well. Already have taken down the Wraith King, and RRL gonna dissimulate, try and back away, and it looks like he's out.
Yeah, this is kind of bad news though for 5-man Midas. I feel like their Wraith King's just having a really rough time compared to the Ricky now losing his tower. The Ricky seemed to be involved in those kills even though he didn't secure the last hit on them. The Wraith King just level 4 still. Ricky 2 levels ahead, and with a much just easier lane to play at this stage.
Well, he's queuing up their team name item, trying to get the Midas to get back into it, and we'll see if he makes it in time. I mean, it's hard to argue against that. Granted, Ricky has become more and more of that late game damage dealer that's hard to deal with as well, so we'll have to see. As they chase him. These guys a little calling blade to get out of there, but still more time spent just away from hitting creeps. Frustrating time, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's the wherever you go on the map to try and farm, we're gonna follow you. He can't really play top lane; it's just too dangerous, which is why Void Spirit goes there. He's got the escape spell, so it looks like Wraith King, his time and place is going to be in the jungle now.
Dire's structures are
Well, in the meantime, the pressure's coming from Black and Yellow. This is what you want to do if possible. They pull back in on the 0, trying to get that kill. Starfall isn't quite enough, not there. And now the coil going to connect onto these two. Trying to heal buff with the soul rip, staying alive for the moment with the tombstone drop down. Oh, it was almost enough to keep him alive.
Big Wrath.
Yeah,
RL did snipe the haste rune up top, which, you know, a small consolation prize.
Ooh,
But
bottom. Yamsun going down, doesn't have vision, but gets him with the quills nonetheless. All right, Monster.
I was thinking Ricky would just, gotta keep running away from that bristle there, but nice solo kill coming in from Monster. That is an important kill for this 5-man Midas team. They need this bristle to have a good game considering how these other lanes have gone.
Tower is under attack. Radiant
Well, definitely a good start there. Get some good damage onto the tower, and now going to try and cut the wave afterwards. Jubei is not going to be able to stop this all on his own. So that does buy them a little bit of an opening here.
Just, it feels like Black and Yellow don't have a good hero to send against this bristle at this point. And if they want to kill him, they're going to have to bring a lot of heroes down there. He's got a hood coming, so he's going to be incredibly tanky.
Yeah, in the past, it's been a lot of the... I mean, you just look at all those heroes, and the only one that really does anything besides magical damage is, you know, doing damage with backstab, which doesn't really work that well against Bristleback. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Royo comes in, cuts the wave, at least keeps some pressure off of the tower for the moment as the movement comes towards mid.
Yeah, maybe Bristle is going to see... I mean, we're seeing a lot more Ricky, so maybe that means Bristle is going to become a lot more popular as a result, since he is kind of a direct answer with that passive.
Yeah.
Also, just good in general this game. Like, against the Nature's Prophet who wants to keep pressuring towers, Bristle's the perfect hero. Just, okay, they're coming to pressure mid, Bristle TP in and just stand in front.
Right. Yeah. And they don't really have a great answer to that, but I just try and out-farm them, I guess, on the rest of the map. And the whole time Lies getting his AFK farming going. They will secure some bounty runes here. Looks like it's going to end up being a 2 apiece. Most likely. Royoya orbs in. Coil going to connect now onto the Mirana, but they pull back in Royoya with RRL. Wrath of Nature is going to come through. They do have healing already out from Juve, and RRL going in very deep. Wants to make a play. And with Shu in the area, it does feel like they have an opening to do something here. Tries to pull back in, connects onto that Earth Spirit, needs to back away now, but monster in the area, I mean, all these heroes are just so elusive.
Bristle shows up and everyone's it's just like, we're out, guys. Get out. We're not dealing with this Bristle, but at the same time, Bristle doesn't really guarantee any kills, as the mid-tier 1 tower will now go down. So whenever Bristle shows up, it's just time for Black and Yellow to kind of focus somewhere else. You just want to play away from Bristle. It's kind of that Timbersaw effect, where there's this really tanky, annoying hero that's going to just kind of pressure lanes, but he doesn't do enough that you have to directly address him. You're better off avoiding him.
Right. Hide whenever possible. He will steal up now a bunch of these ancient stacks that are built. So that's a nice little injection of gold into Monster. But yeah, this game, it does not feel as one-sided as we saw before. These two teams definitely feel like, you know, 5-man Midas are staying in it with Black and Yellow. We'll have to see how the next couple of minutes unfold. But if Lies can keep on farming, things are going to look good for him.
Oh, absolutely. He's got the Midas at a good time, and it's very much just like, if they can go even, or maybe even if this becomes a 2-3k gold lead for Black and Yellow, but Lies finishes his Radiance, that's when this game's going to look very different. So I do feel like, 5-man Midas are in an alright position. This game feels, basically even at this stage.
Let's see what they want to do on the Black and Yellow side. Royoya spotted underneath a ward. That gives signal to Shu to get the hell out of there. Will spot him briefly. Has the coil, gonna drop it down now. And well, with Zero moving in, that's gonna be enough to likely get the kill as Wrath of Nature comes to finish it.
It's not a big deal as far as either team is concerned. It's just the F5 position Undying, just trying to leech some XP down bottom. Not really the ideal hero to have, trying to push out a lane like that, but you know, he doesn't really have anywhere else on the map to be. They are scouting out this Wraith King. It does look like Yamsen wants to go for a kill. He's requesting backup. They're gonna have to kill him twice, but they definitely can.
This DD coming in factor. They rotate in. Good block off there by Zero. Now everybody else trying to get in range. Can they kill him quickly enough? RRL shows up, and this is the turnaround that they wanted. Black and Yellow might have bit off a little bit more than they can chew as the chase continues. They find the finish, but putting that ulti on cooldown, maybe setting up for a future gank.
And that's where that coil on the Undying actually mattered. I think if they still coil there, they can just coil the Wraith King after he reincarnates and probably kill him a second time, but they used on the Undying. So instead it's 5-man Midas who are able to turn it around.
Right. Very well played. And then after they, you know, pressure this 4 heroes on one lane, Wraith King TP bottom, they could maybe set up for him again, which is something to be a little bit concerned about since his ulti's on cooldown. And it looks like that's what Yamsum's calling for right now.
Stuck around too long.
Oh, and the chase down is going to come, and he will lose his life right there.
It was the right idea, I think, to TP bottom and farm that one way, but he needed to instantly back off there. And probably fall back to his jungle, because as soon as you're in a reincarnation and you're playing against this mobile lineup, Nature's Prophet, Puck with Boots of Travel, Ricky who can just run around invis, these heroes will hunt you, so you have to play very safe as this Wraith King.
Yeah, particularly after there was no contention for that tier 1 tower top, right? Like, they see everybody else. Regardless, 14 minutes in, 10-4, only 1,000 gold lead. Still a very even matchup. Anything else that's really coming on the horizon? I guess we've got a Spirit Vessel that's getting close for Flea. And that might be a nice little pickup for him here for the Bristle.
Yeah,
we're gonna get any.
That'll definitely help. This Bristle has so much health regen. Does look like 5-man Midas want to do a bit of what Black and Yellow's been doing to them, which is just try and bully down some towers. Now that they've got this mega farm Bristle who can just frontline.
Radiant's middle
no real answer to him. You theoretically could kill him if you bring like 4 or 5 heroes and dump every spell, but you know, you're gonna be, Bristle's not the one who's gonna kill you then. That's when the Void Spirit's gonna show up and wreak havoc, so it does feel like they're just giving up this tower mid to the Bristleback. And they're hunting the Wraith King. I like this
Radiant's
move.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Very good stuff. If they can kill him twice in the duration of his ulti being down, this would be pretty devastating. They instead are going to find up top the Mirana, and Wraith King will have enough time to get himself out of there. But I mean, losing the Mirana there, that's almost a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. That was like so good for 5 Mice. You know, they're going to go back and watch that replay. Like maybe some like, oh, Mirana's like, oops, sorry guys, I fed. But if that was the Wraith King, yeah, that's really bad. Plus, Mirana even picked up the bounty rune, so
Right.
Definitely a good outcome for 5-man Midas.
Well, he's still holding out there over in the triangle. The ward is going to spot Lies, and that might set up for another movement into the jungle by black and yellow.
Almost has that reincarnation. That's what's really safe, because even if you gank him, there's going to be plenty of time for TP rotations. His teammates are even hugging him right now, playing around him.
Yeah. Staying back. Gonna pop that Midas now, get towards that level 12, and in the meantime, you can see that like Bristleback just runs down a lane. He's not at all worried about anybody.
Doesn't even like need backup, it feels like. Yeah,
No.
he literally has 0 backup, and it's kind of this bait play where he shows bottom, so black and yellow are going to assume he's got backup, but they're actually playing Elter on the map.
Ooh, this is nice. They are going to get the D ward, but immediately the arrow follows this one up, and it's going to be a quick kill onto
Dire's
0.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's
that's a nice little bait
bottom tower
play
is
there,
under
definitely.
attack.
And because Bristle's so damn tanky, he can't, like, even when they show everyone mid, he still feels safe down bottom. We're going to test how tanky he is, though.
Yeah, going into Moonlight now, rooted
teammates are
for
almost here.
a while. Moving into position with that Soul Rip. Does they keep him alive long enough? Arrow, ooh, just barely off the mark there. RL stuck up on the cliff. And it looks like, yeah, he is tanky enough that he can survive.
That's the beauty of it being at Bristol. I think if they TP'd a little bit sooner with the puck and caught him, because he was at the tier 2 tower, the second
Right.
they show mid and kill that Nature's Prophet, they could have maybe tried to punish him, but yeah, this Bristol's just so incredibly strong. Has an Eternal Shroud now as well.
Yeah, that's terrifying. They are bringing in a couple of heroes here to try and catch out RL and Aegster possibly. They're going to run right into 0, catch him with the taunt. Lee is nearby. We'll try and salvage something here. So too is the bug. This actually is going to turn really bad for black and yellow, or rather for 5-man Midas, as RL will eventually go down, but they were able to keep alive 0 there. Nice play.
Yeah, good bait from black and yellow. As both carriers continue to farm. Yamsen close to his Battle Fury, at the same time Lies close to his Radiance, so things kind of staying even here, even though the kill's heavily favoring black and yellow. The net worth is showing not much separating the two teams.
And we're gonna have to see how that changes over the next couple of minutes, because as you mentioned, Lies getting close to that Radiance, and that definitely feels like the point in time when you can maybe start to either ramp up this farm that much further or go for more kills. As Jubei will get clipped there by the arrow, Monster staying on top of him, and you need to keep up this aggression.
I'm very curious to see like how much of like a scaling threat this Bristle's going to be. It feels like Eternal Shroud is this item that was made for Bristleback, and once he gets a Lotus Orb so that he can purge off this Spirit Vessel, he is going to be frightening to deal with in the team fights. I don't think they're going to have the damage to deal with him. The physical damage of Ricky is all mitigated by his passive, and Puck's magic damage is being mitigated by the magic resistance he's picked up.
Yeah. It feels like almost, I mean, I guess if there's one thing, maybe the cleave kind of works against it with Ricky. Yeah. That might be like the way that you can salvage it if Ricky gets enough damage, but even still, it's not like Monster's not going to be getting items to make him more tanky along the way as well. So it's going to be something to watch for sure, and it'll be an interesting time. Maybe also 0 ends up translating into like a Silver Edge or something else along the line. But Jubei, we found in the jungle yet again. Monster goes in for the finish.
Bristle's becoming a huge problem, and like you see the the top of the scoreboard, probably like you're tuning in like, okay, Radiant, you know, they're up on kills, they have a 1k gold lead, they should be slightly ahead, but once you see where the farm is, you know, I really like how 5-man Midas have these two cores, Bristle and Wraith King, who feel unkillable. They're top of the net worth charts. Yeah, Void Spirit's a little under farm, but he can still do what he needs to do as a Void Spirit just with the basics, the Yule Scepter and then Aghanims later on.
Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice play there. And Zero trying to salvage this with the arrow coming in. I don't know if he's going to be able to. RL jumps away afterwards, and Black and Yellow lose another hero while they're also losing the bottom tier 2 tower.
Where this, they first do this Void Spirit. I mean, it's the RRL Classic, and it's also an answer to the Puck. Whenever you catch Puck in that Yules, you've got a guaranteed setup.
Yeah,
it's the stun combo top. Now Ricky's dead. He couldn't get the tricks of the trade-off in time to dodge the stun.
Dang. Huge hit there. And yeah, he just didn't get the tricks of the trade-off in time, like you said. He saw the stun coming, but couldn't quite get there in time.
It was mid-cast animation, very close, and it feels like all the momentum is swinging Five-Man Midas's way. They've got their key items up, the Radiance, and I think he's about to pick up a Blink Dagger before the AC, so it's go time. They're going to have this Wraith King who can just go charging in. Looks like no, instead he's going to go for the Hyperstone, so prioritizing AC before the Blink.
Okay.
But the Five-Man Midas side is just so scary right now.
I kind of would have liked to see the Blink Dagger first as well, but I guess that this sort of maybe allows them to take Roche quicker or something else like that, and try and shut down the map. But a lift up, they don't need that much if they have that easy of a setup for a combo. Like, Oracle can't get found at the beginning of a fight. Not that this was necessarily going to be one, but it feels like they've completely taken over the tempo of this map, and more importantly, just complete map control. There's very few places that Black and Yellow can farm safely.
Yeah, they're just the Void Spirit. Even the, you know, he's number 6. As far as the cores go, he's the least farm core in the game, but he's having the highest impact. It feels like in some ways, just by making plays happen.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And they get both tier 2 mid and top, and probably they can just go for Roshan whenever they want to.
Has been killed.
Yeah, like how do you contest this? They don't really have team fight on Black and Yellow, it feels like. I mean, Puck sort of is their version of it, but it doesn't feel that scary.
Yep. Wraith King stops farming the Ancients to make a beeline towards Roshan. It looks like they want to force the fight first, and well, why not?
Oh, they got him caught right there to the side. Jubei trying to keep his buddy alive, Flea rolling in afterwards. I don't know if this is the fight that you want, though. Tombstone up on the high ground. Now they're all kind of stuck. Jubei is going to be ran down most likely by Aikster here, or they're just going to leave him be. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Mirana was going to go for a Yule setup there, but I guess they decide not to chase too far.
It's fair enough. And yeah, now.
But it's so hard. If you will move out to contest Roshan, they're just going to stop roaching and come and kill you. The Void Spirit Yule setup for the Remnant is just, there's no counter to it right now in their team. I mean, the Oracle theoretically can save that hero, but in doing so, the Oracle himself probably does.
Now, Puck did pick up a Lincoln Sphere, so that at least is an answer for him. But it's still not like, I mean, you might not die initially to that combo, but I don't know if Rayola really has enough damage right now to deal with these heroes. Like, Bristleback is at 2200 HP. This dude's got 40% magic resistance. I just don't see them killing him right now, and certainly not twice.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the right item pickup, and I like that Ryoya went for it, but it, like you say, it solves the problem of him dying. It allows him to do what the only thing he can do right now, which is just split push these waves without dying. Right. But it will basically not answer the Bristleback problem or the Wraith King problem. There's damage, there's not enough damage, there's just, yeah, he's not going to do enough in a team fight, but the plan is very much to split push. They've got Nature's Prophet, they've got Puck, they're just going to be split pushing these waves. I'm actually surprised to see that the Nature's Prophet hasn't gone for that the shard for that greater treants. I feel like the plan being to split push, you want to get that shard.
Yeah, he's got it queued up right now, going for the Grumlow Classic. And we'll see if he ends up being able to get that in the next couple of minutes here. But it's the type of thing that, like you said, you have to do. Cut the waves constantly. And we'll see if, you know, Five-Man Midas can deal with this. Because this is another type of thing that, you know, you don't necessarily see as often. You see it, I think, much more often in pro games, where you just have to deal with the constant split push. And Zero right now, going to try and TP out of there. It does look like he'll be able to escape.
Dyer's
That's how Fime does have to use the BKB, and oh, they sniped Courier with quite a bit of items.
That was Shoes Courier, the Undying.
His tone. It looked like a stack Courier, had 6 items, but just support stuff, I guess.
No.
But
yeah.
Eventually, I think this Ricky does kind of become a carry threat. I know something Jenkins mentions, like, it does feel like once you get late game, the Ricky can kind of out carry a Wraith King, as we saw in the EG4 Zoomers match, but you've got to kind of get there, which I feel like Yamson's a long way away from.
Right. Well, and see, this is the thing that sort of I wonder about. You look at the movements right now from black and yellow. You've got heroes that are pushing out each of these side lanes, treants that are cutting the way as well. How well does this team deal with this type of split push? I mean, it looks like they're just going to try and force the issue right down mid, and we'll see if that ends up working for them.
Yep, they've got
but it could be a problem.
The double reincarnation bros in the front line with an AC. These two heroes are just going to hit the tower, and they're unkillable.
Right.
Like, there's nothing you can do about them except cut the waves. Puck cuts the mid waves, so they're just trying to clear these mid creep waves, but 5-man Midas is just going to hit the tower and try to get the racks here. The backdoor protection will kick in soon, though. So they've got to be
That's the frustrating thing. No glyph available though, but the creeps were there for long enough, and now they're able to take down those racks. Disarmed for the moment. I think that if you're black and yellow, let them head out of here now, because the creep wave's cut.
The backdoor protection is kicked in now, so your Rex is safe for now. And if you're 5-man Midas, what you have to do is escort your next creep wave. Make sure you get one more creep wave, because if you get another creep wave on the high ground, that Rex is probably just dead. They have no answer to these two beefy frontliners.
Royoya is going to cut that next one, but there's a catapult up on the top lane.
Yeah, they'll use this creep wave top to go in mid. That disables backdoor protection, allows them to get this Rex now. And they're going to keep kicking off towards Juve, although this kind of missed up the combo.
Yeah, he's trying to get the full with himself, but it's not going to be enough. Now Magnetize, again, just tickling this lineup. Like, these guys are way too beefy to care about that, but maybe with Royoya jumping in, now Yunsem as well. They try and find the kill, take down one, can they get themselves another? Lots of damage out, controlling Flea, beating the crap out of him. So black and yellow already losing one. This is the Ags Ricky, so it's a good chunk of damage onto multiple heroes, but they just don't have that single target burst that they need for Monster.
He's still got the Aegis, so I imagine, yeah, he should probably just hit this Rax here, force a response. Wraith King's gonna be careful. He's gonna wait 15 seconds for another reincarnation. That's why he's not going in.
Oh, arrow connects there onto Zero, and they're gonna blow up that Nature's Prophet. No chance for a way out of there, and the racks are going to fall.
Yep.
As eventually, you can just take them all down. Although, actually, backdoor protection now back up again. God, this is really annoying.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's the name of the game if you're black and yellow at this point. Just keep cutting those waves, keep trying to split push, and eventually this Ricky, maybe with one or two more items, could theoretically become a late game threat. May even need a rapier if they go down too many racks here. He's just queuing up a Daedalus for now. I like this. Just get as much damage output as possible.
Right. Well, Roche is going to, or rather the Aegis is going to expire very shortly here, but they're going to cut this other wave yet again. So it looks like 5-man Midas will, by the time they get to the tier 3 with the creep wave, not have that Aegis anymore. And you can see Lies is just like, all right, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go back to farming.
Yeah, this is where there's kind of a question asked for 5-man Midas. Like, do we play it ultra safe and wait for next Roshan, or do we try breach high ground? And you know, I think in a high pressure game like this, they're gonna just play the farm game, deal with the split push until they have another Aegis.
Right.
There's a couple like neutral items to pick up. They get some nice ones in the Orb of Destruction, the Spider Legs, so no rush for them.
They need to break the Lincolns, and the silence comes out. He's just dead.
He's got no answer for the Aghanim Scepter of the Void Spirit. He hit the Remnant without the Yule setup.
Yeah, that's a problem. That Ags is huge. Lincoln's does not solve that problem. Damn.
Yeah.
Well played by RRL. Recognizing that weakness of that build and taking full advantage. Now there is some pressure coming down bottom, which they're going to need to come and address. As you can see, they cancel the TP actually for RRL, and now they're just going to head in and try and take this other lane of Rex.
Yeah, I think they feel like they can get. Maybe they lose a tower bottom, but they know they're not going to lose Rex. So I think they're just hoping to get a second lane of Rex before they TP back. But Zero is doing his best to apply some counter pressure on the map. Somebody's going to have to TP back soon for 5-man Midas.
I mean, they are going racks for racks, which is not always the best thing in the world, but there are tier 2 towers mid and top. Maybe they just go get Megas.
Yeah, that works too.
That's a kind of cool idea.
I mean, Megas pretty much kind of secures the game, or at least gives you complete control.
But you got to be careful about taking a fight here and then losing it. Tombstone is down, Lies stuck over in the trees. He's going to take a ton of damage, ends up falling. Puck jumps in, gets the rollback to kick. He's in trouble. Lies going to fall. that kill, and now you got to get the hell out of here. And suddenly that Rax trade does not look as good. A silence onto RRL as they're going to chase down this Void Spirit, get the kill, and that is a huge win for Black and Yellow.
Oh, absolutely. They traded Rax and then found a number of high-profile kills. Really good team fight. They just kind of baited them in. I think 5-man Midas, thinking that Black and Yellow aren't going to fight them because they're trading Rax, just got a little bit too greedy there. And Ryoya's pressuring even more. He's been desolating. Yes, he does some okay damage here.
This guy's crazy. He goes and gets the courier kill here. It does look like they're going to roll onto Monster now. Everybody shows up, but Lotus, I mean, this feels really hard to do. The backstab not doing as much damage against the Bristle. The force stab gets him out of there for the moment. And now Monster wanting to turn and fight and beat a little ass possibly. Can he kill off Fleet? Not quite going to get there in time, but the chase going on the other side. Now Aegster being ran down by Ryoya, who will not be able to catch him.
You know, poor Undying, he did the right support thing. He's like, okay, my core's getting gone. I need to go back him up with a Soul Rip, but just by being near the Bristle, he becomes the new target. Because I don't think Bristle was close to dying. He's so tanky. He's got a heart, 3.5k health.
Oh my god.
He's unkillable.
He does have a heart. I didn't even realize that. All right, that's kind of insane. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he gets next. Maybe an armor item like a Shiva's Guard or something. Or he wants to just become like a right-click and carry because the Warpath stacks maybe will allow him to become like a building hitter even.
Right. It's a possibility, definitely. You can go a lot of different ways with it. Now Roche did respawn. It was a really quick respawn, 10 seconds after roughly.
Seeds of fortune.
And we'll see if Monster goes in to check on it. They're probably going in there right now.
Yeah, even though Black and Yellow did a fantastic job with that last fight, it does still feel like 5-man Midas.
The BKB into down bottom. Now he does have his BKB of his own, but he's going to get a ton of damage here. Can he get out in time? Yes. Just barely.
All that minus armor. If Yamson got one more crit, that may have been a kill. I was about to say, it feels like 5-man Midas still in a pretty good position to control Roshan and get the next Aegis, but got to be careful.
Well, and they keep on making this call to head just down a lane to go and get Rax, and you know, you can admire the tenacity, but you gotta worry at least a little bit. Like if you lose this next fight, suddenly that's Roche going also to Black and Yellow.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Maybe they
attack.
feel like they can't lose a fight right now. We'll see.
It really, I think we're seeing that they have to play around the Bristle as their Sieger. Wraith King, even when he has 2 lives, I don't think he can actually play too aggressively because he dies twice too easily.
It's under attack.
Right. Tried to find Jubei there. It doesn't quite connect. The jump in comes from Ruben. Good silence.
Nice silence.
On everybody. Now get the second one onto 4. RL gonna pop that. Their lens needs to back out. Can't get away in time. The Q purged off that Aeon disc, and now they still haven't taken this tower. Monster standing tall up front and center. Going to get a lot of mana regen there, but the eventual burst, and guess what? They don't have a creep wave yet again.
It's under attack.
Oh, good flank out.
Radiant's bottom
Lies. He's going to be controlled. He's taking a ton of damage. He's going to come back in just a moment, but he doesn't have a way out of this one that easily. Well, actually, with that stun being able to hit, they will manage to escape. I thought there was another sprout coming.
Yeah, that was definitely risky. I feel like Lies needs to be careful about blinking in too aggressively. Did have the BKB there, but I think 5-man Midas, we're seeing them adapt, which I really like. It's like they're understanding that they just need, whenever this Rookie goes in with Tricks of the Trade, let Bristleback tank all of the damage. Don't even worry about your Bristle dying or feel like you have to back him up. He will survive through anything.
Right. And now heading back towards Roche. This is, I think, the way that they need to do this here. Gonna have Aegis and Cheese, and I don't know. Part of me feels like Black and Yellow need to contest, but it's just so difficult to do it.
Yeah, I think Earth Spirit's too crucial for this contest. Void Spirit respawns and can TP to the outpost if needed. It does look like they're just giving it up. And okay, I was about to say, this Aegis, as much as I like the idea of having 2 heroes with reincarnation, it does feel like Wraith King's life is much easierly lost, so giving him the Aegis does make sense here.
Oh, pings. RL recognizing that there could have been something there, but he's going to get caught. 7 seconds until Aeon Disc, but they already have that nullifier. What a great pickup from Zero.
You didn't see that coming.
It's been a good choice for him. At MP.
has been really good play coming out from Nature's Prophet. 9-4-4. Like, they're playing on the back foot. They're down racks, but Zero has really kept them in this game with the pressure he's putting out. And plus all the hero kills he's finding for them.
And you can see the L drawn on the minimap there. Just go down that lane, everybody. It's time to hold hands and grab a creep wave together.
And that's the, you know, entire first minute of this 5 minutes of Aegis that is being wasted. Really, 2 minutes of the Aegis is being wasted because the Void Spirit is dead.
Oh, Eyes? Kind of alone here. They jump on him right at the start. Shu, though, does have some heal. He can throw it afterwards, and that's the decision to run away. As you see all of black and yellow back out, but as you said, more time being wasted.
Yeah, you saw that one Tricks of the Trade got Wraith King down to like half health there. So if he's alone or being cleaved by a Trick of the Trade, it destroys him.
Yeah, the Bristle definitely has been a nice pickup though. Ooh, and you got the Aghanim Shard. I love this Ag Shard on Bristleback. You just throw it out and you get some bonus goo and a couple of quills as well. It's really nice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the range on it is like insane. So it's just a really good way to kind of start the fight and be annoying.
And I assume it gives you Warpath stacks as well, right?
Yes, but only for the one instance of throwing out the hairball.
It's just a nice way to get to those higher Warpath stacks quicker when you have 3 spells to spam out. Here we go, though.
Coil, my god, they found him. Now they don't have the nullifier. Able to back away for the moment. Good silence out afterwards from Fleet. These together still hanging on to Reincarnation and Aegis. Meanwhile, they jump onto Juve, kill him off. Already with him and the Undying going down, what else is left on the table? Lee trying to throw out the Magnetize and get a little bit of extra damage done. Fate's Edict to keep him alive and all fine and dandy. Lies still hasn't even used his Reincarnation yet. As you can see, Monster is just not at all concerned. So the turnaround comes as Monster throws out the hairball, Lies, turns, tries to beat down Zero. Good kick away there from Flea to keep him alive. RL has to back out. The nullifier's on him. He explodes. And so too does the Wraith King, but the Bristleback is too big and bad at the end of the day as they're going to beat down the Ricky and now turn their sights onto the tower. But buybacks are coming fast and furious as Rayoya found Aegster in the back lines. So it's kind of only these two here.
2 versus 4, they don't care. They're both unkillable.
Really two big giant strength heroes. Lies still taking a lot of damage. Does have the Aegis, just going to come back, and then 10 seconds until Reincarnation. We'll see if they can
survive that long.
Taking a lot of damage. Coil is there. 40 seconds. 3. Cool.
Nice quarter break.
Can they do it in time? Almost there. No, he gets Reincarnation. He's going to be coming back in just a moment, if they even kill him at all. They do bring down Lies. RL taking a lot of damage as well. Yamsum has just done so much on this Ricky. Tries to find him for the catch, but the Force Staff keeps him alive. And they're going to bring it down Rayoya and Yamsum in just a moment here. I believe RL might end up going down still. So Rayoya putting some stylish moves on. But it is Mega Creeps in the end. And, well, they pick up a Desolator with their eyes on the prize. Gonna head into the fountain damn near.
Get them tier 4s. Secure the W.
That's right.
You know, this game's not over if you let everyone respawn, but it sure feels like it should be. And there we go. The GG's come out. Monster, an absolute unkillable monster on his Bristleback, leading the way. Not flashy, but Bristleback never is. It was just such a fantastic take though this game.
What a play from 5-man Midas. First DPC match for almost all of these players at this point, and you know, putting on a hell of a performance. Really, really solid job done.
Oh, me too, because
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Puck!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
A world devourer.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Witch Doctor.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Venomancer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Storm Spirit!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Wraith King!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Bad Rider!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Slog.
Choose your hero.
You little goobers. Nobody's picking 5-man Midas. Nobody believes.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Oh, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, all you fine folks out there. It is Dota 2 time, and we are here for game number 2 of 5-man Midas facing off against Black and Yellow. And gods, we are one game away potentially from 5-man Midas having a better record than Evil Geniuses. How do you feel about that?
Wowzers.
Right?
These guys are the real deal. That's what it sounds like, Gabe. Yeah, I'm hyped for them. I'm both these teams. I think there's NA's in a really good place. You know, you've got 3 or 4 teams seeing at the kind of the highest expectations at the top who are playing good Dota, and then you've got a couple challengers, teams like 5-man Midas, teams like Black and Yellow, hopefully.
Nothing touches
Prepare
them.
See how they end up doing. The panel did not feel quite as sure of 5-man Midas as I'm sure they're feeling about themselves right now. Definitely feeling good after that last win over Black and Yellow. And of course, you've got Roya playing on this Storm Spirit. I don't know what's going on in the communications right now. Obviously players with a lot of past interactions, I'm sure, all good stuff. But he's been able to take over games on this before, and we'll see how that ends up going.
Ooh, they saw Yamsen plant the ward up top. They know where the D ward is, as 5-man Midas get an early rotation out. There are a lot of fun chat happening. Shu was getting tipped by the enemy team, so I'm not sure if it's just because he's playing Veno, which is one of his signature heroes, or some other reason, but definitely. I
30
mean, I
seconds
think that's
to
always
battle.
great about these matches is that all the teams and players know each other so well because they're playing pubs all day long together.
True. Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's better if you don't know everybody that well, but that's fine too. Depending upon the person.
Love it, hate it, you know, you get a bit of both depending on the day.
Exactly. True enough. But yeah, it looks like we're set up right here for a trade-off of 2 bounty runes apiece. I imagine that right now 5-man Midas don't want to give away their wards, so they're acting all cool and calm as a cucumber, and then they'll drop it out afterwards and take that one away most likely.
Yeah, they're gonna make their push up here, and the kind of unfortunate thing is by dewarding this, they almost reveal the fact that they have their own ward, because otherwise, you know, Black and Yellow's probably thinking like, man, how did they know that ward is there? Well, because they saw you plant it, which the only way they do that is with a ward, so
True.
it may lead to both being dewarded, but we'll see. Either way, pretty even start here, and I think both teams not looking to do anything too crazy or different with the lanes.
Well, and it does look like Jubei already has that one ward coming on out. Curious if Aikster can maybe try and go for a courier snipe or something if he sees that moving over, but not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. There's already a little bit of pressure gets laid out there. The panel did seem to really like the look of this Slark, though, in this game. How you feeling about the Slark?
You know, in many ways, Dream Slark and Aikster, well, he's trying to snipe. He's just dying in the tower. I don't know if he's trying to snipe the courier or if he was just trying to grab the creep wave, but I think Jubei completely ruined his day by blocking that roll in.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's first blood. Wow. That one hurts. That one really
Outright.
hurts. Yeah, good job by Jubei.
And he should get the...
He didn't send his... No, he didn't bring his sentry. He brought the sentry all the way out, but then he forgot to take it off the courier.
Yeah, I guess he was trying to micro it so it didn't die, which, you know, fair enough, I guess. But, you know, he'll bring it back out. He'll get there eventually. You don't... This ward is not causing you any problems. It's more you want to just remove it, get the gold.
True.
Get some XP, but... Taking a look at some of other lanes, things going pretty evenly. Storm with a actually big edge over the Puck so far. I mean, this is just the Ryoyo effect. This guy is such a good mid laner.
Yeah, totally. And well, Puck is often thought of as one of the good answers towards Storm in a lot of stages of the game, particularly once you get that coil. But at least for now, having a good time on the Storm Spirit. Down bottom, haven't really talked about it a whole heck of a lot, but it is that position 5 Venomancer playing together with Lies, trying to go up against a Phoenix OD dual off lane here, which, you know, on its face doesn't actually feel like it's going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot. I'm not sure if there's much kill potential from either side here.
Yeah, it's not the scariest of lanes. The OD Phoenix, not heroes necessarily with synergy. They're just looking to kind of harass you a lot with Phoenix.
Wait a minute, though. All this damage onto 0 from Shu.
Yeah, the Venom Wraith King I think have a bit more kill threat, especially once they get a few levels here. But we'll see how aggressive they want to play. I think the priority is going to be more about just securing Wraith King's farm.
Well, at least for now, they're going to do a little bit of an astral action right there. Glee trying to slow down the right-click damage coming from Shu that's so annoying to play against. Stun is going to get thrown out there, but a good dive away will keep Glee all fine and away.
If he can hit the pounce, he does. Could be trouble for Aikster.
Good kick out of there. TP's out afterwards. Will he make it happen? No! And that is a TP lost. Wow, really tough start to this game for Aikster.
Plus the perma agi.
Yeah.
You know, that thing adds up. That's... Can't scoff at that. Really good start. And I mean, I think you were asking about the Slark and what the panel was saying. Honestly, this is the dream Slark game. You're playing against probably 2 heroes that Slark is the best counter to in the game, which is the Bat Rider as well as the Venomancer. So, you know, I like the Slark here. I think it's a good carry matchup against the Wraith King as well, because he's this hero in front that you can just get a lot of essence attacks off on. So I feel like Slark should have a really good time this game.
Ooh, roll in. Tries to find Ryoya. Can't quite get him, though. Whether it was heads up play, understanding what was coming his direction, or Ryoya just a little bit lucky that time. Whatever the case is, he dodges the roll. It is probably going to set up for, I don't know, a bit of a battle for the bounty runes, or rather the runes just in general here. But have Jubei in the area. He moves over, sneaks that one away. Is down bottom, more action going. Trying to do what damage they can, but it is Shu that will deny himself to the neutral creeps. Well, Aikster still taking more damage. Jubei's on his case and can't quite get him for the kill.
Jubei's a fun player to watch. This guy is just like fearless, chasing down people, going for all these kills, playing hyper aggressive as this 5 position up top.
Using his little friends there also to help beat into them a little bit there. Roya gets dropped though in the mid lane, has level 5 on Puck, and well, he just dies to that one, doesn't even get the creeps afterwards. A little unfortunate for him, but a nice pickup there. RRL having another good game so far.
Yeah, he didn't have the best laning start as far as CS goes, but getting a kill, and it's a really big pickup for him. Coming around the 5-minute mark, he's going to get himself a bounty rune to refill his bottle, which is important. Plus just the gold factor.
And he has to be careful. Yeah, up top, they're going to try and get Jubei killed. That will be a nice connection there. Yamsum also now a little bit of trouble. They do have a couple more hits, but not quite able to get there in time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And you don't have to get this kill on Sark. He's level 4. He doesn't have the regen from Shadow Dance yet, so even just forcing him to like sit behind his tower, leeching XP, not hitting creeps. This Sark is not happy to be here, but does have a Witch Doctor TPing with a salve.
All right, you can see he's going to retreat back now, realizes, okay, Puck has not used coil. If I come to lane, I'm probably just going to die.
Yeah. I imagine Puck is basically saying, hey, Earth Spirit, are you ready to TP? Because if he shows his face mid, there's going to be a coil into an Earth Spirit roll, and it could just be a free kill. Even if he hits level 6, he might die in this mid lane if they TP in someone like the Earth Spirit.
Well, he's coming back in. We'll have to see. Ward down, so it spots RRL.
Yep.
Gonna move on over and try and find himself a rune. It is a haste rune. Danger, danger, Roya. Or is he gonna go up top with this one?
Yeah, I think either option is good. The Slark, though, hitting level 6 soon could be a hard kill to get, but he isn't level 6 just yet. The Ward does spot the Earth Spirit near the mid lane, so Storm has a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Yeah, that ward is really important there. And you can see he's just going to hide out again. Doesn't want to really make that much happen. A little bit of a waste for RRL popping the haste at this point, but certainly not the end of the world. As up top, got the Maledict damage on to the Bat Rider, but now the silence and the pushback. Jubei in some trouble. Good separation there. And with one more right click, it's going to be enough for the kill. Shu dies down bottom again as the pounce is going to be off the mark. Still soaking up a lot of this Essence shift. Yamsun will force Aikster back.
Yeah, 5-man Midas, they're 3 and 4 position, just a lot of good synergy between them. Saw them just play that situation perfectly against the cast. Coil mid, it's the coil into TP.
Can they do it in time? Fairy Fire, everything, trying to keep them alive. They get the kill, easy as can be, but Jubei will be there for the cleanup onto Aikster again.
It was a mercy.
Still worth it. Earth Spirit guarantees the kill on a core, plus he gets an urn charge out of it. That's the exact play. RL's probably just been asking his Earth Spirit, like, be ready for this TP. I'm going to use this coil when he's out of position, and they find the kill.
Very well played for sure, as down bottom, a lot of back and forth here. Not quite level 6 on 0, but still the pressure coming on to Lies, and Shu is able to keep him off. Yeah, I've been a little impressed with how much the Veno, despite him dying a couple of times, has been able to keep his Wraith King survivable here.
Yep. It's kind of acting as that frontline, unconventional frontliner, you know? He's like, okay, you guys use spells, go at me, I don't care. Him dying 2 times is basically kept the Wraith King alive and allowed Wraith King to not basically get harassed as much, so I think Shu has played this lane well, even though he's a 0-2 Veno.
Right, not what you normally expect at all.
It always, like, something in my head, like, every time I click these Meteor Hammer buildups, like, on the OD, to get a kill on Shu, it just looks so ugly. I'm just like, is this Dota? He's sitting there with a Ring of Health, Ring of Regen crown?
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
How is this an item build? Obviously, Meteor Hammer is how, but...
Radiant's
Even alive right now, too. All this regen is, like, super important to that slow, steady beatdown of the Veno.
Radiant are scanning.
And it's doable because OD's base movement speed is so insanely high. 325 base move speed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dumb. That's just dumb.
I concur. I just wrote get on it.
Let's go, guys. How does this guy have 7 armor at base? Like,
yeah, he does armor, and then the Meteor Hammer build. You get, like you say, you get all this health regen, so you can just sustain yourself in lane. Yeah, you don't need boots or anything. Good stuff.
Wow. up top here, we've seen that the Bat Rider keeps pretty steady with Yamsum. It's been a nice time for the Slark so far. Haven't seen any lassos or anything be able to translate in towards kills, as monsters just trying to get towards those boots of travel as quickly as possible. And you know, throughout the rest of the map, really feels comfortable coming back mid. Lies is farming up in the jungle. I really feel like we're kind of waiting on another movement from RRL with the coil, and it might be down bottom if they dive this.
I think so. Back to TP. It's the Bat Rider first.
Okay, that's a little weird. Can they kill off the egg in time? They don't get
One
it.
hit short.
I mean, this isn't going to translate into a team fight win necessarily. Yeah, this is still looking kind of bad for Black and Yellow. The Storm is nearby. They're saving the coil for him, I believe, and now trying to get a lasso, and that's going to be a finish.
Yeah, smart of them to hold the coil like you're saying. But unfortunately, the fight was so close to their tower. It looks like Black and Yellow are going to get all 4 bounty runes. So Phoenix dies for it, but that's why Black and Yellow make that move, is they want to fight around those bounty runes. 5-man Midas were ready for it and kind of, in some ways, outmaneuvered them, but the bounty rune trade makes it not worth it.
Right. And, you know, that's still all free time where, you know, Slark is getting complete free farm, level 8 right now. Granted, you're also seeing the same thing from Lies, who's getting closer to his Midas. Yeah. But it's something that we're gonna have to keep our eyes on. A 2,000 gold lead now, mainly off of those bounty runes for Black and Yellow.
This game's going to be a good test as to like how, you know, viable Slark is as a hero, because theoretically a free farming Slark should be able to carry this game with the hero matchups, but Slark is definitely a somewhat out of meta hero. I know it was picked up a bit in Europe. Miracle was playing it for Enigma. It's definitely not a dead hero by any means, but on 5-man Midas side, you've got the meta picks, the Wraith King, the Puck, Earth Spirit, Bat Rider. These are all the heroes we're seeing basically in every single region across this path.
Yeah, the only weird one's the Venomancer, and it feels like it's a good fit for what they need in this game, of somebody just sit in a lane.
Oh, when you've got a Wraith King who's like a jungling carry, having a 5 position that takes the lane is amazing.
Yeah. They are hiding out behind this tower, just gonna dig up a bounty rune just barely out of range bottom. Zero's trying to find Shu. Yeah. And they do finally find him. There's the banishment, and Meteor Hammer afterwards. Gets the dunk on him. Doesn't have ulti yet, and is just gonna fall. So easy kill down there bottom while they use the coil up top. Silence afterwards. Didn't get the dark pack off, but there isn't quite enough, it looks like, to follow up afterwards. And it looks like Extra's dead again.
Yeah, I guess it looked like they were trying to go on the Slark, who, like you say, managed to get his ultimate off and escape. Good attempt, but slightly misexecuted, perhaps. And Black and Yellow get a 2,000 gold lead. They're in a good place right now. I imagine they're going to kind of come online in the mid game with this Shadowblade Slark, and that's when Yamsin's going to be roaming on the map, looking to get involved. He's not going to be this farming carry like the Wraith King. He wants to get his team a really big advantage once he has this item.
True. That's going to be a big moment for them, for sure. And in the meantime, Meteor hammering towers. There isn't really that great hero to try and siege right now to get a return tower for 5-man Midas. You're seeing some pressure in towards mid right now with the Venomancer wards, and that's probably the best thing that you could be looking for here, as they are trying to set up and secure themselves some type of gains elsewhere on the map.
That team might get this tower down. It's at least going to get down to deny range, it looks like.
Zero.
OD TP's in perhaps for a setup there. I think Black and Yellow just weren't expecting this, because it does feel like maybe they're not stronger because Slark's not ready to fight, but
that's coil. And they get the egg at the same time, but this coil snap is going to be enough for the kill. So 5-man Midas sneak a finish, get the tower, and get out.
Yeah, I think they just kind of caught them by surprise, because nobody was ready to defend the mid-tier 1 tower except for OD, and as a result, he TP's in, he's kind of alone, gets picked off, and all of this while Wraith King farms. So both carries getting what they want right now. It's just a matter of what the other 4 heroes are doing, which, as far as that play right there, 5-man Midas finding an opening to get their other 4 heroes involved.
True. Pressure up top next is where it's looking. It doesn't feel like Slark is really interested in trying to get involved in these fights, for sure. And that is one of the problems of having like Storm Slark as a dual core combo, right? Is like neither of these heroes is amazing at fighting before that like second item.
I think probably, yeah. Shadow Blade is going to be go time. They're going to get the Shadow Blade around the same time as the Orchid, so
Okay.
at that point they'll have all 3 cores ready to fight. The problem is right now is what you're saying, where 2 of their cores both want to be farming. On the Radiant side, only 1 core needs to farm.
Eul Scepter lift up. That is a fast Euls for Flea. Silence afterwards to try and get away. Aegster went for the roll, but will be banished, and that should be the death of him afterwards. The Meteor Hammer is going to connect and kicks him one time before he ends up falling.
Just kind of doing his role to keep this top lane pushed out and pressured on the Earth Spirit. Definitely you want to kill him there and punish him for doing that. It's not like a good outcome for the Earth Spirit, but it's kind of the same thing as the Venom. His job is kind of just to keep a lane pushed out. He's dying instead of the Wraith King, instead of the Bat Rider.
Right.
Let your cores farm while the supports farm in these risky places on the map.
Well, meanwhile, rotation in for the bounties. Yellow are going to run into Lies, which, well, he still has Reincarnation. So
Everyone getting TP for this.
yeah, this is a little bit dangerous now. Reached up for the moment onto 2. This is really nice that they can kill the Storm Spirit, but he's nearby the OD. Silence comes out afterwards onto everybody. He's left completely alone, and they'll take down Royoya. And now Zero going to try and Meteor Hammer anybody, but the answer is there with Aegster as well as Monster. They get completely eviscerated.
I feel like it's just deja vu. I've seen this. We've seen this today already in NA. I feel like I see this in other regions. These Wraith Kings, they get like 4 or 5 man gank at their Ancients, and it's like, ooh, they're just going to kill them twice. But everyone on the Wraith King's team instantly TPs. The second the gank comes, they're TPing in, and the Reincarnation just gives you this window to back him up and turn it around. They lose 3 big heroes to kill a Wraith King's Reincarnation. He doesn't die a second time.
Right, and I mean, this would be okay if they can go in and maybe find another kill right now. It wouldn't be great, but it'd be okay. Looks like the Bat is gonna fall here, able to pick up that kill. But the problem is it doesn't feel likely that that's gonna be able to happen again. They're gonna be set up for use and put themselves in that vulnerable of a position. We'll see though. There's always the chance.
Storm India, the insta TP dream item pickup with the Fairy's Trinket. This feels like one of the better tier 1 neutral items these days.
Dire's middle tower
But
is under
it's
attack.
still just it's farm time for 5-man Midas. The Radiance still at least a couple of minutes away.
Well, they go in again. While leashed up, Shu gets his ulti on absolutely everybody. Coil afterwards, trying to get this kill on to the Slark. He's really low leashed up. Can't quite get that finish yet. Odie ulti going down on the Lies. They get the finish. They get that kill. That is what they needed. But will they lose another in turn? Zero trying to salvage that. Slark's life gets the pounce away, and that's enough to keep him out.
I like that move a lot from Black and Yellow, because this time they know there's no Reincarnation, so they can basically, Wraith King can't be the frontline tank, because if he does, he's just going to die. And Yamson on the Slark able to just run in with his Shadow Blade, tries to find some kills for himself, gets another. Actually, no, he already had 2, so it doesn't get a Permeagi, but still, it's a good couple of kills for Black and Yellow there.
Yeah. Well, and I just said before, I'm like, it seems unlikely that they're going to go in and just find the Wraith King again, but they knew where he was, so I guess that they can't just run in there and do that.
Now, when in doubt, this guy's going to be farming Ancients.
True.
Dire are
That's,
scanning.
you know, if there's Ancients to farm, that's what he wants to do, but he's hoping to hit that level 2 Reincarnation soon, because level 1 is such a long cooldown. With the Midas, he should be there fairly soon.
Absolutely. About 40 seconds until it's back up again. Obviously, Black and Yellow see where he's at right now. Could make a movement down there, although they do just drop a ward right now in Division. So that might be taken away. As Meteor Hammer will land onto Shu, and Shu is going to die.
That's going to be his life this game. He's 0-6, but he's doing his job. Flying some wards down these lanes, slowing the push. They still have all of their towers except the bottom tier 1 up. This mid tier 1 is almost full health still, and that's all because of this Venomancer. And if you lose these towers, it gets so much harder for the Wraith King to farm the jungle, to farm Ancients, so really good job as far as the overall strategy goes from 5-man Midas to keep these towers alive.
Middle tower.
And they're moving in right now with the Slark. They want to try and force back the rest of 5-man Midas.
But with the Venom respawning, these Plague Wards are so annoying to push into.
Jump comes. Meanwhile, they got the coil catching on to both of them. Aegster with the kick through, but a good save. At least for now. Can they get away with the rest of them? Aegster tries to hide, gets the roll away again, and so Black and Yellow's initiation will not work.
That's a good outcome for 5-man Midas. They're hoping, you know, obviously they'd like to kill the Storm there, but as long as they're not dying and Wraith King continues to farm up towards his Radiance and they keep their tower alive, so pressure's on Black and Yellow right now.
Oh, Jubei, he wanted to be a hero. Couldn't quite get there in time and will be punished for moving too far forward. But we'll see how this goes. I mean, again, Black and Yellow, they've got this timing later on with the Slark, who is going to try and, you know, tank up a little bit now, getting towards the Scotty. And maybe, you know, their timing is going to have to be after this Radiance comes through, because it feels like it's going to be here now.
And absolutely, that's a good point, because Black and Yellow, even though that didn't go according to plan, they want to get this tier 1 mid tower. They wanted to find kills there before Wraith King has Radiance. Their draft still scales very well. It's a great Slark game. They have a Storm who's hardly counted as well. Things should go pretty well for them if this game progresses.
Find Aegster again in the back lines. Kicks him away for the moment, still leashed up. A Supernova down. RRL needs to jump away. They're able to escape for the moment, but only a moment. Yule Scepter keeps him alive. The leash is down, but where's the rest of his backup? They've got all of the regen in the world. They're going to kill the puck. And now Shu is also stuck. A little bit of Save Your Buddy syndrome is going to turn into a couple more kills there. They do get the Venom ulti, but I think that has to be the end of it.
They're gonna cut their losses here. Nice fight coming out from Black and Yellow. Really just well-placed defensive egg to make sure that they guarantee the puck can go down there. And puck, unfortunately, didn't have the Blink Dagger yet, prioritizing the Yule Scepter, which, you know, is totally fine here. Wanted to have the escape against the Storm Orchid, but if he had a Blink, when he has this Blink, he'll have a good way to escape those kind of situations.
Right. And definitely needed against this lineup with like all of the blow-up potential that they've got if you get caught in those leash or what have you. We are 20 minutes in now, a 3,000 gold lead for Black and Yellow, and this Slark is starting to feel like a menace in this game in a big way. And, you know, the Earth Spirit just hasn't really been able to get any daylight between them. Been really annoying, I'm sure.
This time it's 5-man Midas going on the aggressive with the smoke up. They've got the Radiance now. Batrider charging in with the Bullwhip.
Hello, Zero. How are you? Gonna get caught for the moment. Silence is gonna come on out there and will fall. You know this, by the way, Lies. He's like, you guys got him. Don't worry. I'm gonna go farm the wave. I'm out of here, guys. Yeah. Classic.
He knows his job. Yeah. We'll go into the Heaven's Halberd, an item you will often see against the Slark bottom. They've caught the Storm in a coil.
Oh, kick
Ursula shows
out.
up at the perfect time.
Nice.
Oh, he didn't break the coil in time, but I think they still might have it.
Well played. RL's the one that picks up the kill, but yeah, getting a little bit of payback there, but the wraparound's coming. Samson finds Monster, has to get up to the high ground to back away from Slark. They still have vision. Jukes to the side. There to clean up afterwards with Sunray.
Both teams just kind of trading pickups here. Overall, just really sound Dota from both teams. They're making the right moves. You know, if there's a kill on one side of the map, the kind of pressure comes somewhere else where it's safe to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing being
like
cut
what
for,
we're seeing.
Nothing's free. There's always a counter move coming. And there hasn't really been that much daylight between these two teams in terms of net worth. Win probability right now 49-59 or 49-51. That's some NA math right there. We're working on it. But yeah, I guess the other big thing to watch is going to be the tier 2 towers when the either Radiant or Dire decide to try and take it and then secure some outposts.
Yeah, it's been a kind of constant chipping at some of these Dire ones with the Veno able to shove waves to Wraith King skeletons, but hasn't been significant damage. I think whichever team like hard commits to a push kind of puts themselves at a disadvantage because neither team wants to be the one getting jumped in. If you push down a lane, you're kind of setting yourself up to get initiated on.
Right. Well, and you know, like Jenkins was saying earlier, you really need that smoke gank to try and get into a Venomancer area where you can try and set up for it. But that's sort of where the Slark comes in as well. We haven't been seeing that many sort of sentries been dropped around by Radiant areas. They have one here mid set up just in case Slark goes in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like, it's just so annoying. Ooh, lasso mid.
Are scarce.
Okay, that's a nice get if they can kill him in time.
That's a bold
Supernova
egg.
afterwards. They're committing for this,
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's gonna work.
You know, it's the support trying to do the right thing. He's like, all right, my core's gone on. I got to go in and try bail him out. But it was a 2v5 in the mid lane, and that could set up a potential Roshan. They've got a decent-ish Roshan with the Wraith King. It's not amazing, but Venom's just going to keep this mid lane shoved out. This Venom is just being the thorn in their side. Like, they can kill this Venom anytime they want. They've got Slark, they've got Storm. They can literally just zip on top and it's a free kill. But it's not worth it. If you zip on top of Venom, he's just baiting. He's baiting for his team. He's happy to die for the greater good here.
And this is the moment too, where like getting this Aegis can translate really quickly into, you know, controlling that top outpost if they just move up and take that tier 2. I'm trying to see like what's that next item that you start to feel comfortable. I guess it's BKB coming in for the Storm. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
But now you're getting that right as they get Aegis. Do you really want to fight into this?
It is a big item pickup, yeah. Just there's nothing to really. I mean, there's still the lasso, so we can still get jump for sure. But it means he's not afraid of getting coiled. Like most of the times we've seen the Storm die and get picked off, it's just Puck coiling him out of nothing, and then he can't move.
Right. And you can see already that RL trying to pick up the answer for that eventually as well. He's going for that Aghanim Scepter. That's the next item. And that is going to be a pain in the butt, for sure. We do also have the Aghanim Scepter added right now for the OD. So a lot of big items. They're feeling like they're comfortable going in with a fight, even with the Aegis. Takes away that ward to start. Wants to run back in now. They get vision of him, taking another one out. Has the Scotty, tries to beat into Lies and the jump line, but the disarm is there immediately. They caught Royoya. He's gonna get battled down and beaten down. Has to walk away. It feels like they're trying to bait something here, but I don't know if it's gonna end up working. Supernova is down in the midst of all of it. They're gonna turn and try and kill him off in time.
Slark's in trouble.
It's a lot of damage out there. They take down the egg. They take down Slark one by one. Black and yellow are falling, and Jubei nowhere to hide, even with that Glimmer Cape. He too will go down. Big win for 5-man Midas.
They just kind of baited them in, kited them so well. Light is just happy to frontline. He does give up some essence shift to the Slark, but Slark kind of got forced to ulti and Shadow Dance super early on that fight, so he didn't really have it for when the main onslaught of spells came in. He gets completely trapped as a result of that, and just really well done by 5-man Midas. Great job of playing around their Aegis.
Well, and that's the thing that's so interesting, right? Is like, yeah, you've got all these great items, but you're still fighting into the Aegis.
Yeah.
And it was such a big power spike that was supposed to hit for Black and Yellow. Just imagine what would have happened if they, you know, had maybe gotten online a little bit earlier and taken that around the Roche pit instead of afterwards.
Yeah. The only hero that Slark hit that team fight was Wraith King, a hero with 3 lives.
All right, Roya, BKB out, trying to take down one. Can they get Monster? They're not even going to get him. Coil is down, only connects onto Jubei really, who is going to be stunned, and it looks like that's going to be the extent of the push from 5-man Midas.
Where's the body?
Black and Yellow hold on at least for now.
Seems like they're just happy to maintain their lead. They still have a big window with this Aegis, still another 2.5 minutes, so there's not a rush to make something happen right away. They've got some big items coming out too, so we'll see the Wraith King's Blink Dagger, which will give him a way to initiate fights now as well.
You have to be at least a little bit careful. No coil for 30 seconds, and Venom ulti back up in 10, but they don't have that much mana. This is always a dangerous position for a team with the Aegis, taking a fight without all the resources.
And Yellow's trying to play around their ward here in the bottom river.
Dire's
They've
middle
got to be
tower
careful.
is under attack.
Puck's coil up in 18. They've got to ignore this Wraith King. He's just got too many lives, and even for Slark, it's not worth getting essence shift by hitting him.
Oh, silence there onto both of them. BKB and another Supernova. Yamson tries to get it. The banishment is there. This egg is going to go off. There's a lot of damage already onto that Wraith King, but he has reincarnation available. Shu backs away. The buyback comes from him already with the Maledict out, chasing forward for the Puck. They got him caught. Another save coming from that OD. Big ulti down, but Wraith King's coming back at least one more time afterwards. They can even kill him right then. Storm Spirit jumps over to the side, trying to take down the Puck. He can't get him. It's a silence off to the side. Tries to kill him off. Yule Scepter gonna drop the Remnant afterwards. That's enough for the kill. On the other side of the fight, the Venom ulti and the Magnetize has done so much work, and then chasing down Yamsum, trying to get that final kill. They couldn't get it in time.
He's got a lot of essence.
3v3.
If he can re-engage after healing up, this could go really well, and Monster's overcommitted here.
Yeah, Monster at the very least is going to go down. Good win right here for Black and Yellow, and looking for more. They are going to find Shu. Not that much mana left though on Royoya, so Shu looks to escape as the chase is coming from the Phoenix, but it's not enough.
Much better fight there. Lies, you know, he's got the Aegis, but they're just kind of ignoring him much better this fight. The Slark did hit him a few times, but the main priorities was elsewhere, making sure that this Bat Rider and Puck, and you can see Black and Yellow bounce back nicely, winning a fight into an Aegis.
And that is, I'm sure, what they were hoping for out of that fight, much more so than otherwise. Now, 30 seconds until the outpost is up, and it doesn't look like Black and Yellow have any real ability to move on in and take that one yet. So it is going to be all the XP going the way of 5-man Midas.
Aegis will expire. See where Lies goes next. Has got the AC queued up. Got to imagine there's no real other item that you want to consider right now. And teams will split 2 bounty runes apiece. It does feel like Slark is going to maybe eventually want to BKB. He doesn't want to get too early. It's kind of like a 3rd or maybe 4th item, but he is sometimes having problems staying on top of the heroes. The Earth Spirit is especially, we're seeing in these fights, pretty effective against Slark. You can just kick him away and then roll to kind of disjoint the Slark's attack, so definitely proving to be annoying for Yamsum.
Especially now that he's got that Force Staff. Like, it lets you get out of there just in case you do get leashed up as well.
Yeah, both supports have managed to get quite a lot of on the 5-man Midas side.
And Puck already has the Aghanim Shard, but now queuing up that Ags and just about has enough for it, which we imagine would show up in the next Roche fight, if that's the next one that ends up happening. But we'll at least have another 2 minutes before that's going to be even possible to respawn. But yeah, things looking good right now for 5-man Midas. Do you feel like Black and Yellow are still sort of keeping with them enough? Has it fallen off the rails at all for you?
No, I think it's still very much anyone's game. Like, there was that, you know, it feels like, you know, 5-man Midas is doing better just because they won a fight, secured Roshan, managed to break high ground, take a tier 3 tower, but end of the day, they haven't really pulled that far ahead. They no longer have the Aegis advantage. Does feel like Slark is going to become a bigger and bigger threat as this game goes on, so still very much anyone's game.
Okay. We need Rift cooldown. Love it.
Yeah, that's, as these BKBs get shorter and shorter, the Storm's already used his twice. That's when this game gets tricky.
Jump in, find the OD. Nobody there for the save with the BKB, but they get there a little bit late with the rest of the team. Rolling it in the middle of everybody and does have the Meteor Hammer afterwards. Tries to stop the pressure. Not going to have to wait. No, wait a second. Good save there for the moment. Still will end up dying, but everybody caught with the Venom ulti. In the meantime, though, this fight has all happened without Royoya showing up, and he has a full mana pool as they lose the Venom. Looks like
they're gonna get out. Storm might find some pickups if they're not careful.
I think the RRL thought about it for a second, but thinks the better of it. We'll leave that one away.
I think Monster saw an opportunity because he knows his #1 target when he blink lassos is this OD. If he goes on anyone else, OD can use the Astral as defensive save against the lasso.
Right.
So he saw the OD. He's like, okay, my target is out of position. Let's grab him. But what he didn't realize is his teammates were not in position to follow him.
This looks like it's finally going to be the end of the tier 1 tower mid. Ooh, very quick Roche respawn. 10 seconds away right now. And they jump in, they find the Puck. Yule Scepter is there afterwards, but will it be enough to keep him alive? Tries to get the chase down, going for the Dream Coil. And now everybody caught, tries to jump away, not going to happen. 70 seconds dead. No buyback. This is looking really good for Black and Yellow right now.
Yeah. That's where, like you were kind of saying, you know, 5-man Midas, they managed to kind of get that first Roshan and get a tiny bit of a lead, but they never really got themselves a dominating advantage. And there's one good fight, and Black and Yellow are now the ones who are going to have a gold lead, probably get themselves an Aegis, And they've got
Dire's
really
bottom
strong map
tower
control now.
is
This
under attack.
Slark with a gem is just able to de-ward everything. They've got good ward vision up themselves.
Dire's bottom tower
Roshan
has fallen.
gonna go down. They contest this with puck dead.
Man, that's such a huge win. That really short, like think about if that happens, you know, instead of a 15-second Roche respawn, it's a minute and a half or whatever. But really well played, and Black and Yellow, check it out. Go secure the Aegis and Cheese this time, and I just feel like it completely opens up the game again for Black and Yellow to kind of do whatever they want.
Five-Man Midas are drawing lines as if they want to smoke around and wrap around Roche, but they're going to be well too late for this. They were trying to time with the puck respawn. Unfortunately, they have no vision. They didn't know it was a fast Roche respawn, I don't believe.
Now they have to just get out of here. This is looking really rough.
I think the game plan... You've lost all your map vision with the Slark gem. You probably just have to sit back as 5 and give up some outer towers and try and stall out the Aegis now. Whereas Black and Yellow are going to look to threaten all these lanes.
Ooh, goes invis right at the start. Gotta be careful there.
I think one maybe race that Yellow do not pressure well. But they're not really going to be able to threaten your ground with this Aegis. Their life is much better at finding kills and pickoffs.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, they have like the meteor hammer, but that's it's not the best thing in the world for it. And there's still a lot of those outer towers to take.
That's really about it when it comes to building push that and some Slark right clicks. But it's like they want to fix this Slark BKB before they start poking around at any kind of a push. Does just about have the money for it. We'll see if he buys it. Doesn't have the Aegis. They gave that to the Storm.
He also has that electric vortex AoE now with the Aghanim Scepter
Radiant's
done.
top tower is under attack.
Else that's really sticking out. I mean, the
Radiant
fuck I
structures
talked
are
about, I haven't
fortified.
really even able to see that in action yet. I think that's about it as far as big items that have come out. Still going to be
Radiant's top tower
a
has fallen.
pretty dominant couple of minutes, at least until that Aegis expires, but maybe they can catch the Spark alone here. This is huge.
Dire's
If they can
bottom
get him for
tower
free,
is
why
under
not?
attack.
Wow.
Radiant's top tower is
And they
under
took the gem
attack.
too.
Oh,
It's a big swing. He does have buyback, so they may... I mean, you don't want to use the buyback as the thing. Like,
Dire's
Right.
bottom tower has fallen.
you definitely need to defend your racks, but they may just try and defend this by TPing back and
Oh,
not...
Royoya doesn't have a
Dire's bottom
TP right
tower
now.
is under
Oh
attack.
boy.
He has to get all the way
Radiant's
back
top
here
tower
on his
is under
own.
attack.
Got the glyph. If they can clear these siege wagons, that would be nice. And one's still alive.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to come on back here slowly with a full mana pool. This is a lot of damage onto this tier 3.
It is, but I also feel like this is a bit of a trap if they keep pushing. I don't think
Right.
Five-Man Midas want to commit too hard to this. A Slark buyback could lead to a team wipe.
The Witch Doctor ulti going to be used to fend off the rest of Five-Man Midas.
Radiant's middle
Being able to
tower
invest
is
something
under attack.
that small this early on to just get the rest of that push away, I think is really good for Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
But they're going back in again. Round
See
2.
this timer. The lower Slark's respawn timer get, the less likely is to buy back. Like, he doesn't want to buy back when it's on like 10 seconds.
Whoa.
That's the thing.
And they're just going to jump in for this right now, knowing that he doesn't want to buy back. I mean, this could be a big play for them. Supernova's already down, still not buying back. They lose one. Can they? Everybody gets caught there. Look at the combo coming out from Zero, as well as Royoya. They take down 2, a third one to fall. Who needs a Slark? We got an OD, baby. As they're going to lose Royoya. But, man, a lot more loss on the side of Five-Man Midas.
And that's what I was worried about. Overcommitting. Slark didn't even need to buy back. It was just, yeah, all in on the Storm plus OD with the perfect pull in the Vortex. I think it caught 4 heroes there. Absolutely insane initiation from Ryoya, able to use his entire mana pool because he had an Aegis. And a really hard punish on some over-aggression from Five-Man Midas.
Hey, but they got the tower, right?
Correct you are, Gabe.
That's what I always say.
There's always an
You-
upside, you know?
Yeah, you go in a little bit too deep. Team starts yelling at you, whatever. We got the tower, guys. That's what happens. Extra there is going to back away. Jube doesn't quite get vision on him. So they sneak away that arcane rune, which could have been pretty bad if Storm gets a hold of that one. But at the very least, Aegis is down right now for Royoya. But he did find a Minotaur horn. Ooh, that's a risky one too.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, that secondary BKB or Even just something you can pop when you first get initiated on, or to dodge like a Wraith King stun, you can pop it instead of popping your actual BKB.
Can we agree with what you said earlier, by the way, that this Fairy's Trinket is broken when like Storm is putting away the Minotaur Horn to keep the Fairy's Trinket and the Spell Prism?
I think we can agree. I'm feeling Lasso.
Oh, and RRL trying to move into there as well.
He pulled him past the roll, unfortunately, but they may still get him here.
I want to go with the contest. Jubei throws out a stun, and RRL is on his tail. Goes invis for the moment. Can he do any jukey jukes? Hides away. Oh! Can't quite happen. He tried.
Yeah, the OD needs a defensive item. He's the #1 lasso target, so he's going into... Well, he did have a Linken's queued up. It looks like he's got a Hex queued up. I feel like he needs either a Linken's or BKB here, because he needs to try to stay alive. But we'll see where his item progression goes. Right now, just having buyback is probably the most important. When you're the main target for the enemy team, you just want to make sure you have buyback for these fights.
True.
Could see him even get like an Aeon disc, but we'll see where he goes.
That'd be pretty nifty. Oh, they found him. Royoya might need to pop BKB here to stay alive so the coil doesn't break, but catches everybody right there in the... That is enough to keep him alive. Now Yemsum turns. He's going to take down one. Can he find any more? It's like in the duration of that BKB, they won't be able to connect.
Alright, does find a regen rune down bottom. Bounty runes will get picked up, and Yamsum still playing aggressive, gonna to roam into this enemy side of the map.
Pressure. And we do have the overload attack bonus, or attack bounce from Storm instead of the Remnant. And he's going for the electric rave. So does that work on all of the overloads, I guess?
Looking for me?
I'm not sure. It feels like it should.
You know, I don't have a clue. Let's hopefully find out.
That's a good point. I don't know if that's been tested or not, but we'll check it out.
Yeah, I feel like it might not just apply to himself, but if it applies to everyone, that sounds really good.
Scanning.
Yeah, that would be really good.
And he's still holding the goddamn Fairy's Trinket.
Right.
Like,
what the hell is this?
That mana cost reduction is just, yeah, I guess too valuable for him. Combine, I mean, and it's also spell. It's like both things are like the two things.
Alright guys, it's party time. It's the electric rave. Everybody get in, it's dancing.
They're still alive.
Can they get any kills off of all of it though? No, they don't get anybody. It's terrible.
Yeah, right.
Midas is gonna die once, but he's coming back and is getting a second. All of them are stuck in this coil here. They do get the jump away, at least for the moment.
Nice force out.
And shoot. Forced away as well. Man, that was really not as cool as I thought it was gonna be. As Inferno gets the jump away, and now trying to kick back on here. Supernova gonna wear off a second. Oh, the cheese though! Right as the save came from OD.
Ryoyo wants to go back in, but he's so low. He's gonna try.
And Lies jumps forward, gets that kill onto OD. 10 seconds. He doesn't have reincarnation back up in time. They already bought back on the Batrider. And OD, with him dead, the rest of Black and Yellow is gonna retreat.
How long for Roshan? That is the big question here. If we get a fast respawn, we could see Dire pick up again, but it's going to be a long one. Okay. So Wraith King will be alive first.
Man, I really wanted that electric rave to be amazing.
It's one of those things it's probably hard to tell how much damage it's going to fight without seeing like a combat log or checking the console. It's not like a visual.
The one thing about it was the BKBs coming out too probably made a pretty big difference. That just, I mean, it sort of mitigates everything.
It was the perfect jump. 3 with the Vortex, preventing them getting their insta BKBs off. The follow-up is the Sanities, which is, if you haven't, you know, primed it, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage.
Right. Well, nonetheless, this game is starting to feel like it's going to go the distance here. 5-man Midas have looked very, very good. You know, they've been keeping up and getting ahead and winning game number 1, and now looking to try and take this in a 2-0 over Black and Yellow. And Yamsum gonna walk right on up the hill. Finds one, first hit bash, not bad. Get the kill. Does have buyback though.
Yeah, I don't think they want to fight while Slark has 25 Essence Shift. I think this is like a let's just chill out. The problem is this Rosh. They're afraid of them getting Roshan. They don't know the Rosh timer like we do. Although, actually, Venom's going to be dead when it respawns.
Right.
I think this is where ideally you just start feeding couriers to scout Roshan. Yeah, you're going to give up some gold there, but trying to just hide them over the cliff. I think that's something you see a lot of those, like, really top tier teams do. They're willing to just feed a courier to know if Rosh is respawned or not.
Well, and you know, that's a situation too where maybe it would have made sense to try and keep heroes not showing as much off the map for black and yellow.
Yeah.
They just showed the Phoenix and the Slark, which sort of gives some information, and now 5-man Midas don't have a scan.
Radiant's courier has been
But
killed.
yeah, they're gonna send in that courier, tries to get it, doesn't get there.
That was the Rosh scouting courier. Yeah, you gotta try and fly it around a bit, like along the trees and
wait.
above. But I mean, it's tricky. They're always gonna be hunting your
Jubei is
couriers.
sending in his illusion though. The skeletons are scouting for him.
Nice.
That
Oh, no.
might signal enough, and now
They've seen it. They're just about to respawn.
okay, they go in with the extra illusion.
And Slark's not the best Roshan hero. He's losing his essence ship. He's only at 9 right now, so much better time to try and force a fight. That 9 is going to quickly disappear as well, so...
Right. Smoke up. They want to wrap around the other direction. Flee in the less traveled path. They move in with another illusion there. The illusion is getting a lot of value. The Yamsum trying to find the back line.
He's going to get scouted by the sentry.
This is not the hero you want to find at the start, that Wraith King. He is going to get caught there, banished at least once. Now the Meteor Hammer going to come out afterwards. Thinks about popping the BKB, doesn't do it. They instead catch that OD. He tries to back away now. On the back lines, RRL caught a couple with the coil, but they need to retreat. So coil down, egg down. More damage as they think about jumping for more. RRL spots Yemsum there, or does he? Doesn't look like it. Jump from Storm, look away.
The other big spell down is the Lasso. That's kind of their way of initiating it, taking out either the OD or, I mean, ideally you want to catch Storm or Slark, but the Astral kind of prevents that.
Right. And I mean, it's still not comfortable right now for black and yellow to walk into the pit, it feels like. It's still a scary situation. Jubei just dies.
Yeah, they pick him off.
Also on the left side of the map, he got separated. BKB out. Okay, banished. They're ready to go now at a moment's notice. Buyback now, tries to blink away. Monster gonna get Astral. The stun is there though, disarmed onto Slark. Yamsum pops the BKB, now tries to back away. Who else can they find? Aegster is gonna be silenced and interrupted, but a pushback coming from the puck for the moment. They lose the Earth Spirit. He's gonna buy back now and try and get into this fight. Zero, save for the moment. Lies,
Slark
still
in
has
trouble.
the reincarnation. Another coil, making use of it. Can they kill these heroes off? I don't think so. They just don't have enough damage right now. With the BKBs running low, they might soon. Yeah, trying to back away there. The silence is out. Witch Doctor ulti doing a good amount of damage with the voodoo switcheroo. But Shu, he also is gonna go down. Another good silence, but they just don't have the damage.
They're committing a lot of buyback.
Coming fast and furious. And there's a BKB and the walk away from Monster. This might be enough to keep him alive.
Yeah, you're buying back into a Slark with so much essence. I don't know if you want to fight this.
Yeah, another BKB used. And the only buybacks left are on the puck. In the meantime, Dire has a lot of them. Oh, that big AoE silence though. Zero inside of it. Do they have anything else to control this puck? Needs to walk away. Silence is there. He's alive. He's able to get out of there. Meanwhile, the jump in from Aegster, maybe the turnaround they need, but Royo's got a really good pull onto everybody. The rave lights are flashing. And RRL tries to go in for another silence. They don't have another reincarnation for a while. You mentioned it. Yamsum, 33 essence shift stacks. And Royoya chasing down one by one, an absolute assassin. Can they find anybody else? Aegster gets the force staff away, but it has fallen apart for 5-man Midas.
Yeah, Zero going for a style play there with a Meteor Hammer when he's on like 100 health, gets picked up by the puck, but it's this unstoppable Slark. They don't have an answer to him, and once this fight drags long enough, which Slark is, you know, he's almost 6-slotted. You can't kill him. These fights will drag out.
Oh, Coil, pushback. He has a Dagon that he bought out for, but I mean, they're trying whatever they can to slow down this push. I don't know if it's going to be enough. As one lane of Rax is at least down now and looking for a second. Still 40 seconds until that Venom's back up again.
I think they're going to probably just go for the Megas here. They could probably go for tier 4s and Thrones. The Megas, see, once you commit to 2 lanes, you may as well go for the 3rd lane. It's the safer play. They've still got a big window with no Batrider, no Wraith King, and Yamsen is losing some of those essence chips with the level 25 added duration. It's got more than enough damage in Agi to secure Mega Creeps.
Absolutely. Refresher up now a huge lead, 23,000 gold lead. In fact, they did manage to get that silence on a puck, which could have turned south really fast. But nonetheless, black and yellow secure themselves. Mega Creeps are going to head on back now, get Roche, and likely try and finish this game off.
Two games where it feels like, you know, both teams have used up like their last pick to get kind of a small draft advantage. Game one with the Bristol, this game with the Slark, and both games the teams have looked very even, and that draft advantage has been what led to basically a team winning. This game not quite over yet, but it obviously is very clearly looking like it will go the way of black and yellow with this Aegis Cheese and Aghanim Scepter. We'll see if Five and Midas can pull up some kind of a miracle, though. They've got an Ag Scepter coming on Earth Spirit, so perhaps some kickbacks into Fountain. That to me is probably one of the miracle comeback possibilities.
Yeah. They did get the Aghanim Scepter from Roche, which they're going to give over to the Slark. So he is the one that now has those super big jumps available. They're going to try and get this outpost as well, wanting to deny every little bit of XP that they can. And that will set them up for one final push, most likely, unless Five-Man Midas can pull out, like you said, that miracle play, which is certainly not easy.
I mean, the tier 4 towers very close to the Fountain. When you're playing against an Ags Earth Spirit and a Bat Rider, you know, there is some things to be a little bit scared of, I'd say.
True. Yeah. But at least for now, with the Aegis on Slark too, I mean, that's just one other thing. Like, it depends on who you can catch. If you can catch the Storm, pull him, get the kill off. Again, it's like you need to find Zero, really, most likely, but we'll see where they decide to go. The buyback status, only the Slark and the Storm have it right now.
Yeah, I think at this point, 5 and Midas have to be kind of game planning. Okay, we're going to try Lasso or kick someone in the Fountain. How do we stop the Astral Save from happening? Well, I guess on Earth, but like Puck has to be on like silence duty.
Right.
Make sure that Zero can't cast spells. He's with a Blink Dagger, so he's going to be playing that like Aura or Demon type role where you just sit as far back as possible and use that Blink Astral as kind of a defensive save. They don't need him for that Meteor Hammer initiation anymore.
True. Yeah, he's much more about just making sure everybody stays alive there. And you can see a find right at the beginning. They jump on to the Puck, and there is the Hex. Indeed, no way out of there. He's just dead. 100 seconds as they will find the kill onto RRL, and without a Puck, it feels almost impossible to win this game at this point. They're going to try and pull back in the Wraith King. A lot of damage out onto the Slark, but he will not be killed off as they force that back inside. The Fountain Monster's going to be pulled away. Triple kill for Royoya. This man might look for a bit more inside the Fountain, but this game is looking just about over, barring some type of a miracle as they jump in again, trying to blow him up. The Aegis damage. Live tries to get it. No luck at all. And GG is called. God's Will in game number 3.
This is hype. These two teams looking very evenly matched. Nice swagger at the end with the Fountain Dive. Phoenix Supernova, the perfect spell to tank the Fountain for you. And I'm excited to see a game 3 between these two teams because I think Black and Yellow, you know, coming in slight favorites, still maybe look like they should be slight favorites for game 3, but it is so neck and neck. These two teams both playing great Dota.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Mirana. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
A world devourer.
Radiant team ban.
Invoker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Magi!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Witch Doctor.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Lycan!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Mars!
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ursa warrior.
Choose your hero. Ten seconds remaining.
Unbelievable.
5 seconds remaining.
And welcome back, all you fine folks out there in Dota 2 world. We are looking at game number 3. We've gone the distance here. The second series of the day, 5-man Midas facing off against black and yellow. Got a couple snap picks there at the end. The panel, we're about to rip each other's heads off, battling about burgers and battling about who's copying who. But who are you feeling right now? Are you digging what 5-man Midas have come up with the Ursa last pick?
Things are interesting, I gotta say. I'm not sold on this Viper last pick, especially in the offlane role. I feel like it's just not what you normally expect out of your offlaner. It's not one of Monster's like big time played heroes as well, but I think as far as carries go, Ursa from Yamsum was a decent response. Very, very interested to see how this game goes. Viper could cause Ursa some.
Well, and speaking of causing problems, RRL runs into everybody immediately, and well, Royoya, he does have
Got him.
Well, the arrow gonna connect, and they're gonna secure the last hit right there. But in on the OD this time, should be mentioned.
First blood.
Yep. Oh, the Ryoya OD. This is a classic.
30 seconds to battle.
You love to see
Looking
it.
forward to it. As he gets the first blood. It's a decent chunk of gold to help out. Well, I was going to say help out his lane. Like, you know, normally you get a first blood, it allows you to get a faster bottle or an extra null talisman, but he's just rushing Meteor Hammer, of course.
Would you like to see? Maybe you can use it a couple earlier times to try and take that tower early or something. There is a bit of a push out here right now. Flea and Jubei going to be pressured away from the boundary run, and Jubei actually might be in trouble.
Yeah.
As the ogre is just punching him down, roll hit, forward comes, and well, arrow connects afterwards. This might be enough. He gets out of there. Man is quick on his feet.
Trying so hard to dodge the double cast. That's why Earth Spirit wasn't running in, but fortunately, Jubei just patient, holds onto the cask, and he has the boots first to make sure he can get away from that.
Very interesting. Picks up the regen right now and likely just going to TP back out. That does set things up for you know, him needing to play very safe over the next couple of minutes, because if he TPs back and then dies, game is looking really rough at that point.
I believe he can TP down with the versus magic stick or something maybe, although it doesn't look like he picks it up.
Interesting. And he's actually TPing to the outpost of all places.
Yeah, I think that was probably intentional. He just didn't want to leech the Ursa's experience on the tower, and also, let's say someone dies in the next few seconds, so you don't want to have that long TP back, but
That's fair.
not a big deal.
Okay. So interesting way to start this one out at the very least. You talked about it, that Viper off lane, at least so far, hasn't really been punished by any fashion by the Ursa. They're gonna roll in now to buy a little bit of extra space there. Coconut's bouncing around a few times. And up top, also a battle of Bruin as the Lycan gets speared back by Zero and Fleet keeping pressure onto him.
Yeah, I like the Mars pick in response. It gives him at least some AoE and wave clear for the Lycan and his summons. Gives you a way to lock down. Lycan not a hero that traditionally goes BKB or doesn't want to go BKB. So just catch him in the arena. Even when he's in that shapeshift, he's not, he's not getting out.
Right. Yeah, it can be very annoying, definitely. To have to play against. And granted, there's also, a couple of annoying things that 5-man Midas have on their own fashion. These are a couple of different heroes that don't like to get hit by that mana burn. The Ursa and Mars and against Quaswex Invoker is kind of annoying.
They're like, I've seen a lot of these Lycans here with Necrobooks just destroy these low mana pool heroes. Looking at this lane's a big edge for Ryoya in this mid lane. It was like the third game in a row where he's kind of walked away with at least a bit of a CS advantage.
And that is what you would expect on definitely a comfort hero for him. RL likely playing on his comfort hero as well on this Invoker, but we'll see if he's going to be able to make things work. As maybe Ryoya might even take another point into Astral, try and get a little bit of extra damage in there along the way.
I think what we see mostly is you get the Astral at levels 3, 4, and 5 because you want to have, because usually by the time you get your Meteor Hammer, you're like level 7-ish, so you want to have the maxed out Astral to go with the Meteor Hammer.
Zero finds the kill.
Surprised by this is you.
Yeah. That is something to watch, definitely, making sure you can hit that combo perfectly, but lots of damage up there top, and you can see forward a bit too far, and Lycan can definitely be punished.
Lee loves this Mirana. Like, as long as I can remember him playing in NA Dota, Mirana's been one of his kind of favorite heroes to play. Loves this and the Earth Spirit, but yeah, very proficient when it comes to landing those arrows.
Good stuff so far. As up top, they're still keeping that pressure on, and the Ogre as much space for his carry as they possibly can. Down bottom, there's definitely a brawling element to this lane, as well as they're trying to contest for this side pull that 5-man Midas were able to get. Jubei not wanting to give it away for free, but they are going to lose a creep there to it.
Big wins in the laning stage. 2k gold lead already, as all three lanes are being won by black and yellow. The bottom one only maybe slight advantage going their way, but the other two lanes, they at least have advantages.
Yeah, and you can see Extra making this rotation. Like, they need to change some of this stuff up. He's only going to take that regen rune away, but yeah, they can't afford to be getting out lane. Granted, that's how game one they ended up being able to still win, but I'd be at least a little bit concerned about the way this one is going.
Denied.
Yeah, we'll see what they look to do. They don't really have any roaming potential from their cores until Invoker gets some levels, but definitely would expect Invoker, once he has Earn plus Boots, to start looking to make plays around the map.
Right.
That's kind of where they can claw their way back into this game. If they're down from the lanes, Earth Spirit and Invoker are going to be the two big playmakers.
Anytime, just mitigate whatever losses are possibly going on. Bounty Runes also is another nice play to play around. So shoot, pushing back Flea right now, forcing him to make some type of a different move. But as they move in with Zero, that signals, okay, we can't really do this anymore. It looks like he's able to get one of these, maybe. Oh no! Quick move in, and Flea sneaks it away from him. But no more, only one more leap charge, and looks like it's enough to get him away.
Has the salve as well, so we can stick around this lane with the bottle refill. Very heads up play from the Mirana to stop the Ogre from getting that one, and things continue to look pretty good for black and yellow.
All things fall.
Well, that 5-minute mark, 2,000 gold lead, like you said, definitely a problem. But the other thing is just like sort of the levels and the way that that's going to go. As they already have Meteor Hammer done though on OD, and starting to try and look for some combos here on RRL possibly. It's down bottom, lots of damage out. Monster bringing him low, will get the kill, and while he loses his life, take down 2 with them.
Yeah, really nicely done. That's the kind of, kills they needed. They don't even give away any experience. Dying after both the 2 heroes are dead, so a really good rotation and move from the Earth Spirit. I'd like to see him maybe head mid, look for this OD. The Invoker does have the Urn of Shadows up, so I'm sure Invoker's, asking either for help to get a kill, or he wants to make a move to one of these side lanes to start picking up those Urn charges.
Yep. Definitely be nice for him, as OD is just leaving to go jungle. Does get a free lane for the Invoker for the moment, but like you said, it'd be nice to be able to pick up some kills along the way, fill up that Urn charge, make a move. But it looks like, at least for now, maybe waiting for Lycan's level 6. That could be a nice time to make a play. Transformation going on.
And Ryoya himself looking for a astral initiation if possible.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nothing coming his way just yet. More aggression down bottom. 5-man Midas pressuring the tier 1 tower with the siege wagon. Viper feeling very strong against an Ursa.
Doesn't quite have that level 6, but they're used to overpower. Jump away afterwards. Still playing it safe.
TP Mirana down bottom.
Okay. Chance here to go on him. Has to be real careful on Monster. I mean, there's one downside to the Viper is like, it's just so much damage that comes out, and will not be able to get a return kill most likely. Maybe can bring down Yamsum, but no, he's gonna walk away. And Aikster, well, he has another kick. He can get the right angle. Doesn't look like it.
This is kind of classic Viper problems. Like, if you ever get ganked, you're just, all you can do is hold your ground and stand there and hope for the best. He's looking for the kick bottom.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He shoots, he doesn't score. The Radiant Ward actually, I think, scouted that roll, so the Ursa knew it was coming.
Coming up on the 8-minute mark here, and they've been able to sort of narrow the lead slightly, but there's going to be the shapeshift and that rotation coming over from the Invoker. Needs to get in range, gets it. Okay, it finds 0, and that's going to be a very nice pickup.
Yeah, nicely done. He needed to TP maybe a bit more in the center out of the Fire Blast range, but just heads up play from 5-man Midas to get that pick off, and now Invoker is going to be ready to start making those moves with the Cold Snap plus Urn charges. It's level 8 as well, so 5-man Midas can start making their mark on this game.
Yeah, they've been able to weather the initial storm of the bad laning phase, and you can see that already Ryoya is making moves around the map. He hits one time on that Meteor Hammer down bottom, but they're going to rotate in. The Ogre here tries to roll in, can't quite connect onto Ursa. And that gets him away from danger.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of like a zoning Viper strike. I don't actually think they were fully serious about going for that kill. Yamsum just popped the Enrage to mitigate damage.
He's found again.
Radiant's bottom tower.
But now they're serious. He hasn't got Enrage. They will definitely want to kill him here. But
slow down.
Invoker's coming over.
Yeah, this is a nice pickup here if they can get him. And Tornado able to sidestep it, but the Fire Blast comes in, and eventually they will take down that Ursa. More Urn charges.
Style points for dodging Tornado, but you dodge it into your death.
So both safe lanes being assaulted a little bit. Black and yellow able to do more damage and are going to take the tier 1. Start off this pressure as Jubei soaks up XP in the mid lane, and at 9.5 minutes the network kind of evenly distributed amongst the top cores.
Yeah, things definitely stabilizing after some good moves coming out of 5-man Midas. They're going to trade towers, so it does feel like we're going to see another at least close game. Neither team's just going to pull away with a massive advantage that they can snowball from, which, it was possibly looking like that could happen, but 10-minute bounty runes coming up. RRL, he's being baited on this top one.
Oh, he's gonna walk right onto it. Maledict is there. Tornado, but wait, where does his teammate go? Jubei left alone and abandoned by Flea. Maybe Flea recognizing that was going to turn into a bad fight right afterwards.
Exactly.
But regardless,
they didn't have the damage to kill him there. It was like the worst target to find. They wanted to like maybe get a support plus bounty rune, but Invoker is just not a hero they can kill there. As much as it looked like they completely messed up a gank, they had no way of killing Invoker there.
Okay, fair enough. Zero does have the arena blood if they want to come and try and fight this. There's TP coming in right now from Jubei. Looking for an opening right now. Doesn't have level 6, but the Maledict hit. Oh, and the great jump in afterwards. What a freaking cask in Maledict. And now the chase down coming. That gave him level 6 kills off Shu, and the tower is not falling. Meteor Hammer landing afterwards. Perfect combo from black and yellow. What a play.
Really nicely done. That's exactly what they needed. Defend the tier 1 tower, get those big kills. Perfect cast Maledict, as you highlighted. Jubei just playing out of his mind. His Witch Doctor this entire best of 3, we saw it earlier. He's just, you know, he's at home when he's playing this Witch Doctor.
Absolutely. And again, maybe just a bit too far forward there and feeling like they could fight when they couldn't on 5-man Midas. Get outplayed slightly. They missed the EMP by virtue of a really good Astral Imprisonment. The spear goes out a bit too early, so this is gonna be a dead zero as Jubei trying to retreat, but everybody shows back up for a battle, and they just eat on up that Witch Doctor.
He's just trading blow for blow, Gabe.
I know. They're going in at each other.
Neither wanting to give anything up. One team wins a fight, they just get ran at, then the other team winning one, taking a tower. So 5-man Midas lose a fight, but instantly bounce back. And
Radiant's
the
middle
RRL
tower is under
special. He
attack.
just loves to fight and constantly wants to run at you.
And you know, I think that this is something that I've wanted to see for a while, is like teams that have like clearly defined ideas of how they play Dota and getting to explore them a little bit more. And I think that's what's so cool about this new league system, right? Is that like you get to learn an identity of players and teams and the way that they like to play. That's something that you sometimes miss in the flurry of all the crazy amount of games that we have.
Down bottom though.
A Meteor Hammer is gonna land, the arrow comes afterwards, and lies, he will pay. He will lose his life. Shu also trying to escape, but the rest of black and yellow are down there trying to find that kill. Monster wanting to get one finish there, and does get him. But now he's gonna lose his life as well to the Mirana. Just carnage all over the map.
Yeah, absolute bloodbath. The poor Lycan just didn't expect them to just be. They were just sitting at the tier 2 tower bottom, invis in the moonlight shadow.
Under attack.
And Lycan just gets completely caught by surprise. This is something I feel like there's a lot more pressure on 5-man Midas. I haven't really got that like kind of hard to fall back on as much. The past couple of games we saw Lies playing more of these scaling first time he's on more tempo carry. Whereas Ursa going in this battle period, he's just doing more.
And
see what 5-man Midas can do.
They use the shift. Blink away though, Royoya. He's pretty far out of there. Can they roll in and break it in time? No! He's gonna get away. Unreal.
The level 1 rolling boulder with that long cooldown. He used it to get closer, so unfortunate for 5-man Midas. They'd love to maybe get some towers off of this, but this bottom tier 2 is still full health, so I don't really see them easily getting this. They have got level 3 Necrobook though, so it does seem like their goal is even just get some map control, use the Necrobook to de-ward here.
Saw that attempted gank onto Jubei, but you can see just the effectiveness of, even though yeah, Necrobook good, but cast so much a great answer to it.
Yeah, it is. Witch Doctor's an amazing support against Lycan.
Well, another Meteor Hammer comes in, and no save in the world available for Aegster, who will fall. Shu now has to run away, and Jubei just drops the ward on the other side in the river, finds the kill. They keep on running. Black and yellow have a full head of steam and are looking very, very solid here in this game number 3.
They're using their smokes really well. Like they knew the Lycan committed his Shapeshift bottom and the Necrobook. So both Necro 3 and Shapeshift were on cooldown. They just smoke right at him. They didn't even have to commit like the Mars Arena to win that fight. But if a team fight did happen, they had it there. So it was very much a scenario where 5-man Midas just had to give up a couple of lives and a tier 1 tower just because of a good smoke timing from black and yellow. And they're not done. Right after smoking, they're going to pop them in that shadow and try to go aggressive once more.
Smoke coming from 5-man Midas as well. And Wolves might break that smoke on them. They got vision, wants to roll in, hits onto one, Silas, they're on it, good combo, but it really takes off. So able to get through there, takes with all of the mana, drop the ulti onto but Monster got everything in time. Armed for the moment, but instead OD blink out one. As no chance for a blink out there, couldn't quite get it. Shu wants to chase, wants to find nope. Can't quite get him.
This time around, 5-man Midas right with the smoke of their own, both recognizing that you can sit back and farm this game. Just fighting over every bounty rune, And all these smokes being committed early on, as we'll see if Midas can follow it up with some pressure. Unfortunately, no Necro for this tier 2 tower push, so I'm sure.
I mean, it reminds me of, like, you know, those like 80s movies where you have like Stallone and somebody else just at each other, just beating each other's face in. That's kind of what this game has been like. Stop action going, and neither buddy backing down a little bit. All he
One begging for mercy here. They are just twice as hard each time.
right. So 3,000 gold lead.
An easy shot.
It's a BKB coming up. Lycan has AC up. Only level 10 on him.
Structures are fortified.
As there really has
Radiant's
not been much
bottom
progress. I guess
tower
both
is under
teams
attack.
about the same levels. It's mainly just Flea that's been able to get a little bit of separation there.
The meteor hammer combo.
Got him caught.
The arrow.
I mean,
It does reveal a ward, perhaps? I don't actually know if that was the ward scouting him, but... Yeah, I think he's pinging where he thinks a ward is, but... Wasn't quite on the money with that one, but bottom tier 2 tower still being pushed, even with Ogre dead.
right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they will at least defend it for the moment. As looking towards Roche. Do Dire realize what's happening right now?
They're sending summons to go scatter. Looks like the Forge Spirit, the Wolves. Yeah, they're headed right out there with a smoke of their own.
Oh, they got vision here though. They see Monster. Jubei, he's over there. Sunstrike roll in. Finds Yamsum right to start. Silence afterwards. On top of Jubei, he's in some trouble as he's gonna fall. Monster afterwards turns on to Zero, trying to take him down. Yamsum, can he kill off one in time? He's gonna get that Viper, but it's gonna come at a cost. As that will be a dead Ursa. Great fight from 5-man Midas. Now trying to find Ryoya. They won't quite get in range. They can slow down, but they will still get him.
Roche is half-ish health. They don't have the best Roche. They definitely can here. We'll see if they go for it. No shapeshift up. Necrobook in 10 seconds, so they may want to try and make a go of it. Voker has other ideas. He's running off to farm the jungle, so it does seem like they're saying, let's not risk it and do anything too crazy here.
And now 5-man Midas underneath the ward. This reveals that, okay, they're, you know, not going in to take Roshan. Know if we're gonna see 5-man Midas get the D ward on that one or not.
They've got the Korea, it looks like, scouting it.
Okay.
Heads up play. Definitely an underrated aspect of the Necro 3 is just the constant ability to D-ward.
2,000 gold lead right now is, again, this game on a knife's edge. And, you know, you win one fight decisively and suddenly that puts you in a great position to try and close it out. But it's, how are you going to take that fight? Are Black and Yellow going to be able to sneak away a Roche? Do we see just like sort of enough of the constant pressure down bottom that forces Black and Yellow to respond?
And that was, I mean, that's a very bold move. This is a game 3 decider, and Black and Yellow go for a Roche sneak. They were not, it wasn't like they were Roshing because they felt like they were stronger and they were happy to take a team fight. They thought that 5-man Midas were pushing that bottom lane.
Right.
So they try to sneak a quick Roche. Otherwise, like, they definitely want to wait for the BKB on Ursa before they take a team fight or force a Roche fight. So I think that's really going to be their next big opening, because Yamsum has been slowed down a little bit with the way the last few minutes have gone.
Well, you can kind of feel right now just the way that they're playing. Black and Yellow spread out a bit more, willing to get farm around their entire jungle. 5-man Midas definitely kind of huddling together as 4, not wanting to give up any easy pick-off kills, and it's leading to a slight gold lead into the favor of Black and Yellow. But it's really coming down to how these fights turn out that's telling the tale of this game. And I think we have another smoke that's coming out right now.
Oh yeah, they want to...
This could be a big pick-off.
Yeah, Mars just picked up a big item. He's got a blink dagger now. But they see them.
And shapeshift rolls in, blinks away. This is a really good disengage if Black and Yellow can get out right now, which it looks like they will. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that arena is really good, as much as it looks like, you know, it's just being used defensively. You're just looking to run away from the shapeshift.
Dude, if Jubei is the only casualty here, that is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Wait, but they're coming in again with Zero. Arrow?
I think yeah, Earth Spirit wants to go in, you know. I think 5-man Midas feel like they could go for it, but they don't want to overcommit. They may fall back for Roshan, but Black and Yellow, if they've got a smoke, they could definitely contest this Roche, even without the Witch Doctor. We'll see what they want to do. No arena, and it doesn't look like 5-man Midas want to go for any kind of a crazy Roche play themselves right now.
pick up that regen on Lies, back out, get the farm on again. But that smoke basically getting them nothing on the side of 5-man Midas. Well, do have another one on black and yellow ready to go with Milana if they want to try and make the play around the next arena. 30 seconds away.
And these smokes will quickly become a precious resource. I don't even know if 5-man Midas have any left. I don't see any on either of their supports right now, so quite possibly that was their last smoke for a little while.
They're gonna have to keep checking out this Roche pit. Maybe send off some Lycan Wolves or something in a bit to just stay in there to make sure that Ursa doesn't go for any sneaky plays.
It's definitely the good news for them is they've got such good scouting capabilities.
Right.
And they've got a really nice ward in this top lane, which hasn't been dewarded. There's what, 2 sentries looking for it?
Yeah, that's a great ward. Dire, definitely.
Yeah. Gives a lot of info. Then they've got the wolves just running around. So doesn't look like black and yellow are going to use their smoke. Probably once this Ursa gets his BKB, which is 10 gold away, that's when they want to either force Roshan or go for a smoke play. I think smoke play is probably a safer bet. Try to let Mars get a Blink Arena initiation or have the OD find an Astral Gear Hammer combo.
Right. I mean, the only unfortunate thing is it's not going to be like perfectly timed up with OD's BKB. He's still, I mean, less than halfway towards it, but it could still be a nice little pickup for him here. And OD does have a DD, is down bottom. All the summons pressuring into this tier 2 tower, trying to claim an objective, if possible, with this catapult wave that came in. But there is
can't really afford to
smoke.
Go down there. And they just go right into Roche.
Oh wait, but the Spirit, they see it. Ooh. They know this is happening. I mean, this is crazy. You can't go in like this. Oh, Zero misses on the spear. Coconut gonna bounce around a couple of times. It looks like, well, OD just jumps in. They kill monster. Oh, afterward, Magnetised can hit him several. After your tier, Arena is down now. Disarm is there as well. Shoot, wants some extra data there. They jump in with the Ursa, which I told you afterwards, doing a good amount of work here. He is just gonna eat him up there. The dead witch doctor. That was not a fight.
Yeah, very early sanity clip. I think we must expect to have the damage to build the Viper, but Viper was Rod of Age, not a big mana pool. So the damage just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think that's the only explanation. And just right before me, and now Fleet wants to make a move, it's just not going to happen.
And Viper's surprisingly effective at swing away from having. All he had to do was run in, drop a nether in the Roshan pit, and suddenly, Ursa and OD didn't really want to they got forced to fight.
Yeah. Big plays indeed as 23 minutes in, that is blowing this wide open again. And got the Aegis. Who is it that actually has the Aegis? This is Monster. Monster has the Aegis. Okay.
Minus, I think it's a pretty bad Aegis hero, so you may consider looking at his evoker, but it is a lot Viper to kind of beat his front. He's not particularly tanky or survival in general, but he has all these spells that he wants to be on the front line use, so I don't mind this.
A little bit spread out right now. Viper can pick up that illusion and rest of 5 minutes at the top. But now, if you're black.
AC. They should be able to get this tier 2 tower, but they back up maybe to grab some bounty runes. Monster's gonna stick around. Now they can go for that.
Towards the Basher next. And also OD, who's switched off his BKB. So there's a lot of good timing left to work with for black and yellow.
I think if the same tracks, not that it gets like an abyssal into S and Y type build, you're looking really scared. Waiting for any kind of lucky time, they want to go now. Trying to catch Midas by surprise.
This would be a nice pick off for them.
It's the Viper in the front line. It's an Aegis.
Yeah. They're playing the safe They're sticking together, not making any easy targets. As they're going to go down bottom, try and take out this outpost and the tier 2 tower as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of reveal himself on some necrobooks, so I have an idea what
Shoe. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Going into the fight, bro. Yeah. Gonna get hit there by the fight. Danger takes on one, bro. Trying to back out of here now. He will find that kill onto the. Oh, but can't afford to die. No detection, as you said.
still they OD BKB, that's the 10-second BKB. Wasn't a bad idea to take fight there. Unfortunately, it just turns points during the BKB, so yeah, initially it looks bad for 5 and Midas losing their Ogre, losing the Earth's pretty for Witch Optical, but once the BKB wears off, it's just mincemeat, and 5 man Midas convincingly win the fight.
Very well played there for them. They're going to take another tier 2 tower. Heading on next, just closing out the map wherever possible. Now, one thing to consider that this Aegis is going to expire in about a minute, and they haven't gone for that like high ground push at all. Do you think it's enough for just taking these outer towers and like shut down some map control? Would you rather see like maybe a bit more aggressive move? Should they check the high ground here?
We're gonna find out. Looks like Midas is connecting, so they're gonna go for that. 30-second window with the Aegis though, so it's they're gonna be really careful. I feel like if you're black and yellow, is trying. Get them out of the Aegis.
It's true. It's really, really deadly. I mean, it's low every day. I mean, it's 20 seconds. This is still Aegis down. Can they find him a second time?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Being able to scout you and you don't know that you're maybe playing under vision is definitely problematic. So it's definitely the time where you want to have a gem on your team. With this much important Roshan, which is going to respawn in a minute's time, so.
Okay. Yeah, vision-wise, right now, Dire have that one ward though, just outside of the outside the pit. Looks like they still have a smoke on black and yellow. As Voker has the Aghanim Scepter done.
Does mean no buyback, so if he gets jumped on and maybe speared into a tree or something before he pops BKB, that could be an opening for black and yellow to just team wipe them.
Yeah, literally nobody has buyback except for the Witch Doctor right now in the whole game. Everybody very close though, within 1,000 gold, with the exception of the Ursa. So any fight right now gets a little bit messy if you can wait a little while for it. Oh, Yamsun? Okay, they're not gonna go on him.
Ursa with an Abyssal means he's got that pseudo answer to these BKBs. If he gets on top of someone, he may just be able to burst them down,
Right.
BKB or not.
Okay, we've got a 13 streak, by the way, for multicasts for Ogre right now. Just keeping track of that one as the game goes on. And he's looking for another one. Can they do anything? Like, pops the shapeshift, wants to run in.
They want 0.
Rolling on top of him. There's the big ulti coming out as well. Doing enough damage. Look at that Battle Fury, though. Leaning all the Witch Doctor ulti up on the high ground. That's taken away for the moment. 2 dead so far for both teams. Monster trying to hit on the other. It gets the Voodoo switcheroo down. And the runaway arrow not going to connect. They have buyback on Lycan, but he won't have shapeshift when he comes back.
Some huge Ursa damage coming out. Able just to burst through the Lycan there. Even through the BKB. And suddenly it's black and yellow with Roche control. Anything 5-man Midas can do about this, we're about to see. It looks like they may just be giving it up. And Voker did TP bottom, has 20 seconds on his boots of travel. So this is going to be uncontested Roshan for the time being.
They're thinking about it. Jube, he's going to get stunned, take a lot of damage, and saved. Roya able to keep him alive, and that signals everybody else get away. No more time for a battle here. But Aegis and Cheese on that Ursa. Yeah, this game's wild.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, showing the Lycan's game plan has to be to kind of just run away from this Ursa. He does have the damage to kill you. You've got to prioritize the supports, the Mars. We saw the Mars just having his mana pool drain there. He couldn't really do a whole lot in response to being gone on.
I mean, this is really, I mean, it's gone back and forth, and now you just look at that win probability graph over time. Definitely favoring black and yellow off the back of getting that Midas, or rather the Aegis and Cheese. But how do they really close this one down? Is it just a matter of like trying to shut down each of those outer towers, or do you try and make a smoke play and just kill everybody? I'm not sure.
I like that plan. I think the smoke into just finding kills. Their lineup isn't built to like push down a lane, even if they're stronger now with an Aegis and have a bit of a gold lead. Their best bet is going to be finding kills.
Okay.
But hard to do so, definitely with all the scouting and vision coming from Forged Spirits, from Lycan Wolves, just from wards in general. Has Earth Spirit got his shard yet? He doesn't, but got to imagine, yeah, he's got it queued up as his next item, so
right.
A lot of scouting potential coming up from 5-man Midas.
Or getting closer to a sheep stick on Viper, which would be a nice pickup. But again, it kind of signals one of the other problems with this draft, which is like kind of a lack of physical damage. That's where the Lycan's supposed to make up for it, but since I don't know, it feels like Lies hasn't been able to stay on top of targets as much as he would have wanted. You mentioned in that last fight getting abyssaled and just blown up by Ursa. It makes it tough.
It feels like he's never going to be like this true late game physical damage threat, maybe to the supports, but so much to like Ursa.
Jump forward and still catches him right start. Shu trying to save his life. There's going to catches him down. Not yet. Shu will end up falling here to the Maledict damage and still controlling Monster. He's also dead. They take him down, and all it takes is a couple of skins. Black and yellow showing their strength here. This is game number 3.
Like having these blinks, the blink on Ursa, you don't see as often. It seems to shot that finding kill after kill. He put so nicely with the in front line so well. Nothing's going to beat KB.
And you know, some switch going on here though at the same time. They're going to try and speed back Jube as the pressure goes onto the tier catapults a whole heck of a lot of summons. But this tower is actually dropped so quickly.
Pretty siege creating insane damage.
And they take it. So they're the ones that claim the first tower. Yeah, that's something that you gotta watch for in this game. Slow push is dangerous. Well, top.
They sold the team.
Yeah. He does have PKD Abyssal with there as well.
He's also got
Tower.
Jody dealing with this Ursa.